The show features adults using adult language and discussing mature topics. You have been warned. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Ghost of Saltmarsh. It's been, 6 weeks?
Yeah,
I think it's been
something
6
like
weeks. It's been too long. Before Halloween. And we're past Thanksgiving now. Any case, welcome back. For those that need a refresher, make it real quick. The group is at a hermitage called Firewatch Island, way up north above the Sword Coast. They met a friend of their that will be helping them on their adventure named Bryn. And she apparently is an ex-pirate, and she's trying to get money back to get a new boat. She's doing a bit of odd jobs, but there's no rush on the job, so she's deciding to help you guys as well. She's got a shark tooth sword, if I remember right.
Yep.
And
Shark tooth sword.
You guys found this
such a violent term. Maybe she prefers the term buccaneer
or swashbuckler.
Treasure liberator.
And when you guys arrived at the hermitage, there was no one here. And after some investigations, you found this big flying creature. I forget exactly what his name was, but he was some creature that Josul and Bryn had heard about, that had been terrorizing the waters here for quite a while. So, you guys surprisingly, very effectively, it's flinged a lot of spells at the flying beast and slayed it. Went to go check out its corpse on the other side of the island, and that's where you found the dead bodies of all the former residents here in fishing nets, which is odd. Abby can't speak with dead with the corpses, and was able to figure out that they were attacked in the middle of the night, and that it was just the night before, so you guys just missed what happened. And when you went to go back into the courtyard area of the hermitage, that's when you found two sea hags. And they were cackling and doing their sea hag thing, and you guys killed them. And there was a weird invisible entity. That was a very difficult battle along with those two hags. But in the end, Brain beat Braun, and you were all able to defeat the creature. And we ended the last session there. So everybody is in that credits roll high five, and let the credit rolls go, and then the high fives end, and you just land on the ground, and we're here.
Okay, so I believe there was a plan for knocking down a brick wall.
Yeah, follow me.
I remember a plan like that.
As you're going to follow, some of you hear something in the distance. Let's see who has the highest perception. I know Axel would hear it. I think he has the highest.
I have a...
Abby's the next highest. So
Abby, I have a 13.
Abby, you hear...
Am I really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You definitely are.
Okay. Okay.
So, Abby, you hear out in the waters, after you hear the crashing of waves, you think you hear, barking. And not like dog barking, art, art, art.
Josul, did you bring,
Nope. He's still kind of recovering.
And that's when you see out in the distance, maybe about 100 feet out in the water, you can see these dark bodies of, just not humanoid, just floating in the water, like some heads popping up. See about... Let me roll. Ooh. Ooh, 10. Little heads poking out of the water. You just see them every once in a while, bobbing in the waves. They seem to be looking at you guys.
We have visitors, it would appear.
Are they just regular seals, or...?
I'd be willing to bet if they're paying that much close attention to us that they are most likely not.
After Abby points it out, everybody else would see the seals as well.
Are they hungry?
Art, art, art.
We could feed them.
Hmm.
Then
Hang
you
on.
guys can
Once-
talk. Wait,
You think that they notice you noticing them, and they go to swim around the other side of the island.
Katie, can
Hey.
you talk to seals?
But they look at you.
I mean-
But they like one of them always stops and looks at you guys to see if you're gonna follow, and if you don't, they're like waiting and keeping in within
I
visibility.
think they want us to
Do you want
follow
us-
them.
do you want us to come
definitely
with
go
you?
out there. I run out there.
Because I can talk to them. They can understand me on a limited basis. I can't understand them. But
I shout to one of them. Are you?
You seal?
What
Hey,
do they say?
Jesse.
I gotta fix the windows,
Hmm.
and everybody's liking for me. Sweet.
Oh no.
All right. We had one player come in late, but he's here. So all you missed, Axel, if you can hear me. Not sure if you can hear me just yet.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Mm.
Can.
Okay.
Okay.
Everybody was about to go back inside, and that's when they heard the barking of seals and saw 10 seals out in the water about 100 feet away, and they seemed to be trying to lead you guys back to the front of the island where you guys originally were. And Bryn went bark, bark, or whatever back, and is heading that direction.
didn't realize she could speak Sioux. But
I
Okay.
wasn't aware she could either,
Sure.
but it looks like they want us to follow them, so I'm guessing they're probably not normal seals.
Probably not.
I would guess they may be Selkie, but I'm not entirely sure.
You're smarter than the average seal.
Also, for what it's worth, I pinned in the Discord the list of questions that we asked the unfortunate souls we found under the waves here. We know that they were killed by some kind of undead that were using weapons. And that a undead were wearing tattered robes, had gray skin and barnacles on them. And the reason that we're going to go check out that bricked up door is because I asked them, were there any secrets here that would lure the undead? And they said no, but we bricked up a door on the first floor. And we said, okay, well, what's behind the door? They responded that it's where we put our trash. And when I asked, well, why brick up a trash heap? Their response was, it stinks.
Yep.
And then the spell ended.
Yep, that was the last of it. Yeah,
I mean,
that's right.
they weren't lying. Trash would stink in that much of a pile.
I can't. I don't know what I expected.
Yeah. You may just be opening a dumpster. The medieval equivalent thereof, anyway.
It might be, yeah.
So Bryn, you're running out to the front, right?
Yeah, I'm running up to where I can see the seal and following them. Yeah.
Can I
Okay.
make a nature or arcana or whatever kind of a knowledge check it would be to determine
Yeah.
if these are like actual seal or some kind of funny fairy seals or selkies or
Well, if you're trying to see if they're supernatural, I would say this is a Arcana check. But if
Okay.
you're trying to see if this is normal seal behavior, it'd be a nature check. Either
I'll
works.
I'll see if these are supposed to be like some kind of supernatural seals. 3.
You've never really witnessed a seal before. Now that I think about it, you've probably heard of them, but
Yeah, they're a little bit they're a little bit surface oriented most of the time, so I probably have like infrequent contact with them until recently.
You just know they hunt fish just like you do.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of considered sea dogs.
But yeah, like I'll trail along and follow the seals as well. Just more out of curiosity than anything else, really.
Okay. And Bryn, when you say you follow the seals, are you just like you're running out to the front, or are you heading out onto the dock, or like? Where are you going?
Oh, where are they headed? Like, do I?
So on the map, if we pull up the map, I'm gonna see using your guys' map as well. That's pinned in the Discord. The northernmost part of the map is where you guys originally came in from. And that is where they're heading, and you guys were on the southern end. So you can see that pool that's on the outside in the courtyardy area. You can easily go around the hermitage and take the path out towards the dockside and the beach on the northern part of the island.
Do I feel like the seals, or can I ask the seals if they want us to come in the water? If that's what they're doing?
Do you ask them that?
Yeah.
You'd have to shout it. They're kind of far away.
Art!
You're surprised at how well Bryn can mimic a seal's bark. As you, since Axel's following, you come with invisibility thinking there's a seal on shore, but it's actually Bryn on the beach, barking back. And that's when you see the heads just kind of like bob into the water. And then just like every once in a while they bob up and like they're all getting closer to shore. And eventually they all beach them to the shore. And you just hop over towards Bryn.
It's the boys.
I'd be sort of like hustling behind her because I'm slower than you are, digging in my pack for like salted fish rations.
They look
Katie
really
looks-
worried.
Katie looks jealous because her attempts to like deal with groups of animals have been met with, we usually end up having to kill them. And this time they seem to be cool.
This,
I make sure that I'm not carrying any visible weapons.
Friend, danger.
What kind of danger?
Land here, danger. Things kill things. In water. Walk ground, water. Dangerous.
Oh, wow. It's hard to understand seals.
Come when dark. Went back in water when bright.
Oh. Okay.
Something comes out of the water at night.
Yep.
Ooh, you changed it to ominous music. The piano just really kicked in there.
Mine did a minute ago. I was like...
One of the... Okay, so since Axel's coming up here, and Axel has a fairly decent charisma, one of the seal... You're like on the beach at this point, right, Axel? One of the seals just kind of goes... Just... bloop, 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 towards you.
All right.
Friend.
It gets up towards your... It gets up towards your boots, and you can hear it sniffing your boots. You just hear like... with its big nostrils.
I will reach down and I'll give him a pat.
I hand Axel a fish.
Its head retracts into its body almost
No,
like a
for
turtle.
sure.
I wouldn't.
I'll take
pet
I'll take a bite, like the head off of the fish, and then like offer the other half to the seal that's sniffing at me.
Give me an animal handling check.
With pleasure. 19.
It happily takes the fish from you,
It's
and it
good,
lays
right?
down. And it lays down right next to you.
Yeah. Who's a good boy?
These are sea lions, by the way, not
I
a soul sea
will-
lion.
I
but
will
sea
give
lions.
the sea lion big slappy belly rubs.
He also
And,
slaps
like-
his belly when you do that.
Yeah, like full finger claw scritches. You know,
Mhm.
this will continue for some minutes.
No.
One of them is a pup, and we'll say for Abby's sake, because she was saying it, the tiny little one is very curious about Abby, and it just hops over towards Abby.
I'll very carefully like lay a little fish down a couple steps away from me so that it can get close and.
The biggest and fattest one, which is actually bigger than Bryn, is the one that Bryn seems to be talking to. You probably call him Big
I
Boy.
Yeah, this big boy. I say to the people who are near me, these are the boys. They're my friends.
I love them.
You say that, and all of them like get up, or if they're on their backs, they just roll over on their backs, and they all at the same time go clap, clap, clap. When you say the boys.
Whoa.
It's SEAL Team 6.
I say to the big one,
Must leave. Bad place.
can you take me to the bad people?
They scary. Might kill. Try kill when curious.
Just take us there. They don't have to fight for us.
Yeah, I don't want to put you in danger, but maybe take me and some of my friends to where you've seen them, and we can just look. We won't fight. I'm just curious.
Okay, Mom.
Mom? Oh.
Be careful. They scary. And he goes, and he makes like some weird like noises. I forget. The big alpha bull, the seals make some really weird like guttural noises.
Yeah.
But he does that. Yeah, it's almost like a Wookiee thing. And he like slowly hobbles around to go back around. And the seals that were all hanging out with everybody, they go to get up and to give you guys like a last look, and then they go to hobble back into the water.
So I'm following them, right? Okay. Bryn steps closer to the water, and she unhooks the pelt from her waist, and she brushes it out, and it's a seal pelt, and she steps into it. And she's a Selkie! And she goes into the water.
Oh, that is a good trick.
Stoll is just smiling and nodding slowly, like,
There's no bright shiny lights or anything. It's like she goes to put it on, and just suddenly her form is seal and just in the water.
You know, I've heard of I have heard of druids that can do this kind of magic, but not the way they suit.
Unlike the other seals, she has a little bit of a magical fae-like presence to her.
Oh, does she does she tickle like my divine sense? Does she paying off of that?
Yes, since your divine sense is
fae.
fae, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, what did you?
Was that supposed to happen?
Well, she didn't seem surprised, and I didn't see any glowy magic, so I'm guessing so?
yeah, that was supposed to happen.
Okay, because I was very surprised.
I'm gonna jump in the water and follow behind. Bryn? That's normal for you, right?
Yeah, Axel will just go ahead and just take a running leap into it. Just.
You're pretty sure she understands you, but cannot speak common at the moment.
I guess we're following the boys, right?
She slaps her stomach twice and says "art," and then once, and she goes "art."
Oh god, I love her so much. This is the best.
Definitely.
She seems to, like, if there's no light shining, like if the clouds are of the sun and stuff, when you're underwater, normally, you know how you can see, like, the light casting down in the water. Whenever all the other seals are, like, in that same shade when the clouds are over the sun, she is not. She's not really glowing, per se, and just, no.
Just looks like she's in daylight ever so slightly when underwater.
She always looks like she's in daylight.
Oh, neat. Does she have like a little like god rays like at about Like 3 feet around her, just all the time?
Kind of, but I don't want to say like anything
enough
mechanical.
to
So like if she wants to
eliminate any
hide,
light.
she can still hide.
Not
Right.
like, yeah, I was gonna say, well, it would have to be like mechanics, but just like when you
Like a skin effect, like on her skin, kind of
Right.
looks.
dappled like that.
Yeah, she's got particle
Yeah.
effects on her.
They don't interfere with hiding, but they're particle effects.
Like all the other seals just say like the boy 1 through 10, and it's like a white text, and then it says like Bryn, and it's like gold
Nice.
text.
Nice. Okay. Well, okay, that's all very, very credible. I'm gonna go ahead and call Steed, just in case we need him. So
Okay.
I'm gonna summon up. Hello. I'm gonna summon up Cerulean.
All right, he seems to materialize out of the water, out of nowhere. Since you summoned
Rainbow
him.
giant dragon sea slug. Okay, so yeah, I'll just be following along with behind with the boys, but like mounted up on Cerulean.
All right. Let's see. I'm just seeing the specifications for this as the boys lead the way. And I do have their stats. They're in Icewind Dale's book, so look at that. See how fast they swim compared to you guys. I think they're not as. No one's as fast as Abby.
With the cloak on, no.
Yeah.
Definitely no one is faster than that
Without the
cloak.
cloak, God, I'm the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a swim
without the
speed
cloak,
of 40.
rocks are faster than her in the water.
I mean, okay. I mean, if she needs, she could probably like ride behind me on the horse or on the Cerulean, right?
Oh, if I don't have the cloak, but I have the cloak.
Oh, okay.
Like that's why I have it, because otherwise I'd be going 7.5 feet around.
Right. Just like otherwise, you could just like sit in my backpack, right?
Or no, it wouldn't be so. It would be like 12 or something. Because it's half of 25.
Sure.
I was thinking 1/4. Anyway,
They lead you all back around the other side of the island again, back towards the southern part, and you head due south for 2 miles, which takes about only a half hour of swimming.
My goodness.
wow.
And then that's... Oh yeah, here's the picture in Icewind Dale seals. Ignore the big creepy dude. There we go.
Or
They're like, yay! But,
Hey!
anyway, so you arrive at the rotting skeleton of a war galley's stern that looms up from the ocean bottom ahead. You can see it's 300 feet below the surface of the water. As you guys are keeping up towards the surface, because the seals, they can hold their breath for quite a while, but they do need to still come up and get air once in a while. The sinking ship is broken half. It appears like it broke in half during its descent, with the bow section gone missing, but its stern plunged backwards into the seafloor like a spike. The sandy bed around the wreckage is scattered with partially buried bones and debris. And as you get closer, the water becomes unnaturally cold, as the schools of fish that swarm the waters above are conspicuously absent. And when you get to within visibility here, that's like where the seals stopped. Like they did not get any closer.
Is there like a halo climb? Like, is there like a clear shift in the water quality?
There's not a visible one.
Can we see a name on the ship?
Not from this distance. Not from 300 feet away underwater.
I'm gonna like swim down and like reach and like ride side saddle and like drift his arm down and like descend slowly until he can feel like the top of the cold spot.
Okay. As you do that, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Bryn?
Is it a poison effect? Because I am immune
It
to
is
poison.
not.
Okay.
Bryn, how much do you want to bet that that's Tammeraut?
You also must make a charisma saving throw as well.
Okay.
I'm guessing
well,
two.
Great. Okay, so charisma saving or Constitution saving throw first
Mm-hmm.
is a 12.
Okay, so that fails. You take
Oof.
18 cold damage as you enter the area, as it's deathly cold. You go in there and it like actually harms you.
Ooh, 18.
And then the charisma save as well.
Okay.
You will see like frost just like, suddenly
19.
just appear all over Axel. Okay. I won't tell you if that succeeded or failed.
Okay.
But you can definitely feel, like, besides the cold, being a paladin, do you use your paladin sense here?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's fucking
It's-
dead things everywhere. I'm sure
It's
there's swarming with
unhallowed.
undead.
It's unhallowed ground.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Gross. Okay, yeah, no, not happy about this.
So you know
I'm
that like
guessing-
unhallowed ground, it has like special effects to it, just like hallowed ground does.
Right. So we should be careful here, especially it is an evil place. There is dark power in here.
Hmm.
Maybe we should have just opened the trash door.
Oof,
I don't think
I'm
that would
gonna
have had the same effect.
I'm gonna go ahead and lay on hands
I'm
for 10.
gonna
All the seals
assume
are kind of hiding behind Bryn as well as they can.
This is where if this is the source of all of this, then the trash door isn't going to do anything. I feel like we should.
Hmm.
I think we can handle this as we are. I don't know. Like I can do some healing if any
Is
of
there
you guys
some
are
sort of
hurt, or-
protection we need to get in there? Because he just got next to it and took
Hmm.
damage.
Can I make a religion check about what might be useful to help combat this kind of evil?
Yes.
Cool.
Also, I am down 10 hit points from my maximum. Just a heads
Sweet,
up.
14.
I'm down 5. from
You're
the
not
fight we had.
you're not sure of the specifics of something that you could do to get rid of the unhallowing here. Besides like maybe a cleric counteracting it with a hollow spell.
Like, would it occur to me to go get like a scroll of that, since that's a thing I believe paladins can cast?
Maybe, but you're not like you're thinking that might work with that check. You're not sure exactly if that will work. It's just that's like your theory when you come up with.
Mhm.
Well, like the typical standard for protecting against evil, unhallowed things like undead and some such is protection from evil.
Well, I got that.
Would that work
I-
in this place?
It's better than nothing.
It
Hmm.
would. I don't have it prepared today.
I always have it prepared.
Could that affect all of us?
No, it can only affect one of us.
So which one of us is the fastest?
Everyone else can try. Like if you're trying to think of ways to negate this,
Actually,
you can give me an intelligence, arcana, or religion check if you want.
Oh, I'm terrible at both of those. Great. Intelligence. Oh, I got that. Any of those other things? Nope.
I got a 10 for. Give your
What was-
pick.
what was
Par for
this?
the course.
Only 3 arcana.
Either religion or arcana.
Religion, please.
I got a 5.
16.
Okay, so Cold's literally the only one that passed.
Oh, the wizard, go figure.
That was arcana, correct?
Hey, he read a lot of books.
Okay, you're thinking dispel magic might work, but this is pretty powerful. You're thinking either it's going to have to be cast at a higher spell slot than it normally is, or this might be really difficult to do. And you're not even sure if it will be permanent if you dispel it.
Axel, protection from evil is probably something we want to put on whoever is going to be taking attacks the most, because it will make it so that any either fae or fiends or undead or even elementals, so maybe even that wind creature, can't. It's harder for them to attack the target of the spell. They have disadvantage.
Yes,
to
so
attack them.
I mean, it's going to be either me or you, but like,
I would say you.
yeah.
Because I mostly just kind of stand in the back and do spells.
Since you've been sitting here for a bit, and Axel did go in, coming out of the wreckage, you see many humanoids walking on the seafloor.
Oh boy, are
Oh.
they walking towards us?
Slowly, but yes.
Oh boy.
Cool.
All of them have
Okay.
blades.
Many. How many is many? Like,
let's-
numerically speaking? I'm
let's
assuming I'm a
see.
merchant that can count quickly.
Yeah. I'll give you in like a rounded to 10-ish.
What do I know
around
about the
10-ish.
mechanical effects of being in the unhallowed area?
No, I'll round it to 10 for you. Let me look real quick. Unhallowed
count.
areas, undead get major boons for it, and living things usually get detriments for it. Just like how hollowed is, but opposite. Because hollowed is undead get detriments, and living things get good things. You see definitely like a full crew for this big war galley worth of humanoid bodies. So probably around 30.
Around 30.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's about 30 of them down there. How many do you think we could get rid of all at once? Assuming we can lure them out of that frozen wasteland of the zone they're in.
I immediately
Nothing's
turned to
frozen in there. There's no ice on anything except for Axel.
I'm only going by what happened. My knowledge of how magic works is literally 0. So he touched it, it's cold. I'm assuming it's frozen.
Also, you're not you're not like taking more damage as you're in
I'm
this
thinking
area.
like Sekald and his ice knives, but we had to like draw them out.
I might be able to turn them.
We got to get them out of there first, though, right?
Well, my turning, they won't be able to come within a certain distance of me. But that's only if they fail to resist my magic. Some of them may resist it. If they're weak enough, then I might be able to just outright destroy them, but I don't know. And it's not a very far distance.
What if I were to go down there and try to lure them away? They're just walking. I can move faster than them with my swim.
It's going to hurt if you go in there. It's very, very cold.
I could just be bait and lure them out of the zone that they're in.
Well, let's stay here on the edge and see if they come out on their own.
Yes, I may have just provoked them
Alright.
enough by touching it.
At this point, you all notice, since you came in here and it was about 300 feet, about 150 feet below you, at the ocean floor, there are 6 of them, and they're looking straight up at all of you. They are very gray and covered in barnacles.
So they can't get to us.
How far away are they?
150 feet away, straight below
Remind
you, Axel.
me, Josul and Bryn, you guys are down a little bit of hit points, or are you guys still on temporary hit points?
Josul's got some scratches.
Yeah.
He's got
just-
5 hit points of damage.
None of them are attacking you, but
One
they
would
do
say.
have their weapons drawn. Some of them have hand crossbows with bolts in them.
Eh.
I have 3. I'm
Assuming
down
that
3
even
hit
works
points.
underwater,
So
or
I'm
it's
fine.
not rotted. Maybe we could talk to them.
Are you serious? What are you going to convince them to leave?
No, I'm going to ask them why they're here. Wonder if they can speak.
Worst case scenario,
Who
nothing.
dares tread
Or-
in the domain of the dead?
Guess
Hear
that
from
answers
below.
that question.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Mhm.
We do. I'd like to talk to you a moment. I don't have any weapons drawn, as you can see. Perhaps we can speak. One intelligent being to another. We did not know this was your domain. We just wish to ask some questions. Keep in mind,
notice only
my
one of them-
passive, my just generalized modifier for persuasion is 10, and that's before I roll.
You notice only one of them seems to talk. And this one has on a pirate tricorner hat and has a greatsword.
Okay.
And it's like a curved greatsword, almost like a giant falchion. And
Tricorner hat, Axel's eyes like glow
Mayhaps
red.
we could parlay.
and it says,
So as you go to swim past, I'm
We-
gonna reach out and just put my hand
"We
on
do
your shoulder.
not parlay with the living."
I would guess
You
that if you
may
did so,
join
you would
us.
certainly-
Or not,
You
but you will
would
die all
certainly-
the same.
make a lot of enemies if you did that. A lot of people sail these waters and come to these shores. You're sure to run out of numbers eventually.
More to add.
Perhaps you could parlay a deal. If you wish to own this place, no one's going to take this wreckage from you. You can have it. Leave the land alone to the people who are going to stay here as refugees. That's the only parlay I wish to have with you. No one's going to take your ship. We understand what happened to you made you what you are. None of us want that.
Then be gone. And that one steps away. The rest of them stay, and it slowly walks back to the wrecked war galley.
Well, that's the only intelligent one. The rest of them are.
The rest of them
probably,
definitely look like they're intelligent, but they're not speaking with you.
The one that came out and talked to us, what did it look like? Was it wearing robes?
It was wearing a rotted trench coat.
rotted trench coat and a tri-corner hat, like a true pirate cat.
Did that
Had a very
something-
old black beard that was very thin and wisping in the water, covered in
Oh, I
barnacles.
love that. I love it.
Red
So I think
glowing
it's that
eyes sunken
The
in.
pirate guy that we were talking about.
Thyrgol.
He has
Yeah.
no nose as well. Some of them still have their noses. I'll mention that. He's got like the Voldemort nose slit just because his nose is gone.
But whether they have a nose or not, they smell terrible all the same.
So oddly enough, none of them are really giving off a stench, at least from this distance.
Did he?
Oh, they are for you, Axel. Yeah, you do smell them because you have that keen smell.
Mm-hmm.
They smell
guy-
less like fresh rotted cadavers and more like, you know, cadavers that barnacles grow on. So ones that have been there for a long time.
Crab food, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Gabby, what were you saying?
Did this guy sound similar to how Bryn described Thyrgol, the captain of the Tammeraut?
Yes.
Or do we not know what they look like?
Yes. Sounded exactly.
Art.
Art. All the seals.
Axel,
Mm-hmm.
how far do you think you can throw something? Because I kind of want to see exactly what is over there, and we can't see that far without going into the thing.
What do you need
And
me to
their
throw?
hand crossbows could certainly shoot this direction.
I mean, what is it you need me to throw? I mean, I got my
I can
hammer.
cast light on something.
You
And
notice
then we can get an idea of what,
Yes.
how many of these things we're looking at. Because they're 300. The ship is 300 feet away. There's no way we can see exactly how many numbers there are, right?
right as you and it's dark in this area. The light seems to not even hit into this area very well. It seems like it's always nighttime. You notice when they're walking and stuff, especially since the captain, since he's walking away, does not seem impeded by the water at all by his movements.
Oh, of course not.
So not Pirates of
Well-
the Caribbean. Maybe Pirates of the Caribbean scene, but like make it like 1.5 times speed.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You know, I have a wood carving of a herring that is not very heavy, and I bet I could throw him very far.
And
well,
on
I
the,
was thinking like a crossbow bolt would probably go much further.
Okay, well, I don't have a crossbow, so...
and on the back
Josul.
of
I got a longbow.
Hmm?
I got a longbow.
I could have an unseen servant take it down there.
Oh,
Oh, it would die very quickly, I think. It hurts.
It's not alive.
Yeah,
Does it-
but
doesn't
might
it have an
take some
HP value?
damage. I think it might have 1 hit point.
Yeah, it's got 1 hit point technically, but it's not listed
But
as
the
alive.
other thing is
It's
a
an invisible,
crossbow bolt-
mindless, shapeless force.
Okay, my plan is I would like to send light down there so that we can see exactly how many are what the size of this army of undead is. The second they see something big and glowing heading for them, they're probably gonna attack. So we should probably get the fuck out of here. So that's why I'm suggesting something faster than an unseen servant, like a crossbow bolt, so we can do it, see how many there are, and fucking
The
skedaddle.
unseen servant would only function up to 60 feet. That's not going to work.
Axel would have
There's no way we
noticed
could get that close.
because he has the highest passive when the captain turned away and was walking away. on the
Mhm.
back of his trench coat was the symbol on it of a goat's skull
Ooh.
with black membrane wings with it as
It
well.
looks extremely evil.
If I may offer
That's the symbol
an
of
alternative
Orcus.
suggestion.
Sure.
Religion
Sure,
or
Sekald.
Arcana? Actually, Arcana. This is just Arcana.
So cold. What are you thinking?
Catapult.
Oh.
Yeah, 13 for that Arcana check.
That is the symbol of what the surface dwellers call Orcus.
Okay.
Ooh, so
Yeah.
A
super-
demon
got-
lord of undeath.
18 for my.
Yeah, so that explains why he's all undead and shit, and that explains why
Mhm.
it is so super evil down here.
He kind of has no friends, and he wishes everything was dead.
So
And
he's
that
not at
catapult
all
idea.
Sekald.
I like the catapult idea.
Yeah.
So he's the pirate we're looking for.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm suggesting we get an idea of the numbers that we're looking at, and then we retreat and we make a plan, and we come back tomorrow.
You
Because
think
as
so?
much as I would like to deal with this now, I don't think there's anyone left alive on Fireside Abbey for us
No.
to save.
I don't suspect there is.
So there's nothing we can do now except try to ensure that we have the
We
best
know that
chance of surviving
Cyregal's
this as we
forces
do.
come out
as
at
possible.
night. Is it possible that the daylight drives them away somehow in more than
Oh,
one
maybe
way?
they don't like sunlight. There are some undead that don't like sunlight.
Perhaps
know
we
for
could
sure,
use that
though.
to our advantage. I don't know how, but perhaps we can.
I don't think I have.
You don't.
I don't think I really have access to any of the spells that would give like true sunlight like that. Though.
It might also be
Abby
just because they're
doesn't
all
need to-
pirates. too.
Abby does not need to roll religion check for these kind of undead. There are no records of these kind of undead in any books that you've read.
Yeah, these aren't normal undead. These are something I've never seen before.
Interesting.
I think they might be unique. I mean, this guy pledged allegiance to Orcus. Maybe Orcus made him his own pet project, kind of undead.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it does.
You hear from below the ship, under the ground of the surface floor, what sounds almost like what we would say in modern times, like you would hear like a steel beam groaning, but it like echoes through the water from that spot.
Are we seeing the sea floor moving? Like any stones or anything on the sea floor shaking?
A little bit, but it's very little bit.
It's probably okay.
I agree.
I'm sorry, I like how we made the exact same sound in common and in seal.
Some things are universal.
The biggest thing probably that differentiates her from other seals is her eyes are the same as when she was human.
Ah, okay. Maybe.
Nice bright blue.
Do you think those
Seeing that none of
shells
you
on the
are
other side of the
advancing,
island-
the rest of the undead down below tread back towards the shipwreck.
Do you see that those Chell on the other side of the island? Do you think they know about these undead? You think maybe we could bait them over here and use them as a distraction?
Thing is, I don't know how smart they are.
I'm guessing they're
And-
intelligent enough to know what meat looks like.
Yes, but the thing is, it depends because there are a lot of like beasts that won't get near undead. Most beasts are afraid of undead and won't
Yes,
eat it
but
because they know it's poisonous and disease.
Our last encounter with these, somebody said they were not normal, that these things were, what was the word? Aberrations.
Just because they're not normal doesn't mean that they'd be up for chowing down on undead.
Maybe they like rotting things. They stored all the living people under the water in nets.
Yes, but they didn't eat them.
Something
They
about the
have
smell of them tells me they probably would not find them very nutritious.
Yeah.
Also, there were 10 bodies in those nets, and none of them had been chewed on by the toll.
Yeah,
The
that's
only
true.
thing they went after was the fresh kill.
Maybe those
I'm
nets.
thinking those
and
things.
drowning in a specific way is how they create these undead.
Oh, maybe.
They all drowned
they
in a
didn't-
specific way when the ship crashed. They wrecked down here, they all drowned.
That was what we had been talking about before. That maybe it's less of a It sounds awful. It's like a wine cellar, but for undead.
Right.
Is it
The
possible
body
perhaps
needs to
that
soak in the water for a certain number of days before they
maybe
can
the
be
captain
used.
decided to sacrifice his crew to orcas, and that is why they are down here? Like he sank his ship in order to give over his crew's souls to the Lord.
Also a possibility.
Possible. We need to.
He might have been vying for power.
We
I
need
still
a
think those
plan,
corpses are
and
involved in a ritual.
we
Well,
need
yes,
to.
if he's trying to make himself a lich, that would be pretty damn evil of him.
Okay.
In your
so-
paladin studies, since you did go to paladin school for a bit to get your oath and
Yes.
sworn in and whatnot, you have probably the main focus on demon stuff that you've heard a lot of is Demogorgon. Which
That
is
guy.
usually two-headed stuff, but you would have
Those
heard
guys.
of Orcus, and they, ironically enough, even though they're chaotic and they're supposed to all be different, they all kind of do the same kind of cult weird thing that you mentioned.
Right.
So, a couple things. I'm gonna suggest. I think we should head back to the island, rest, maybe get some new spells, and maybe come back during the day. But before we leave, I feel like we should swim up to the surface and see how far this bubble of cold goes.
Question.
I thought we were
Yes.
like on top of it now.
Oh, were we on top? I thought we came from the side.
No, you came from the side.
Oh, I thought. Okay, I was.
Because you
under the
started
impression
swimming
that-
towards it.
You swam down.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
were going this way.
Yeah, like that was the thing. Is I was trying to find
You were,
like
you
the
were
top
trying to
of-
find the limit. So
I
they were
thought
near
you were
the
trying to
surface.
find the bottom.
And I'm going to say you were
Oh.
going kind of like a 45-degree angle. So you're about 50 feet below the sea level. Everyone else is about 10 feet because the seals are up there.
Okay, so like the area of effect is like what you said, 40 feet below sea level.
Oh, so they're not
50?
accurate at all. Oh no. How far down from the surface is that ship?
It's hard to tell from
150.
it's hard to tell from here, but it looks like it's about 300 feet. So,
Oh, okay. For some reason, I was thinking that the ship was closer to the surface. I'm like, that thing could be like a hazard to other ships now too.
Well, my question is, if we go back to the island and it gets dark, what's
They're
to
going to
stop
come
them
to
from
kill us.
coming to get us before we're ready to get them?
They're
Well,
going to
nothing.
come to kill us.
in that case, maybe I should take second watch.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, because those people that we found that were dead were all cut up, and the fishy people didn't have like swords, did they? I can't remember, but they
The
have
undead
swords
killed
and
them
weapons.
at night.
Mhm.
According to the
Yes.
information we got from the corpses, the
undead were
undead killed them
using
at night.
swords. But
Mhm.
the thing is, so right now our options are either fight them now when we're
Mhm.
unprepared and have a bubble of cold that we're unprepared to deal with,
Mhm.
or wait until tomorrow and try and hold them off until tomorrow. If we go back to the island, we might be able to barricade ourselves inside the building. Here, we have nothing to hide behind. We're just in open water.
What do we do about
Stay
them?
up.
And I point at
they're
the
gone
brothers.
at this point.
Where the hell did they go?
The boys?
Oh, the boys?
Boys,
Oh,
Yes.
no, they're here. They're here. They're all like
I
cowering.
point at the boys.
They're all kind of cowering behind.
they've
Bryn.
survived
What
long
if-
enough this way. They're not going to get eaten.
What if we don't have to wait till tomorrow or deal with the cold? What if we can bring them to us?
How?
Why would
Well-
we
We
want to do
set
that? We're
up a
not prepared.
trap and some ambushes in the ruins. They're going to come out and try
They're
to
going
find
to come
us.
for us.
Right. So we
He's
set
right.
traps and other things for them. We expect them to come. So we set up traps and prepare. A few snares, a couple pits, easily done. And then we fight them on our ground instead of theirs. I bet if they die up top where it's daylight, none of them will make it back down here. And we can always burn the bodies because they're on land. They'll dry out
I
eventually.
do have a spell that I learned of recently that it doesn't work on a huge body of water, so it wouldn't work like here in the ocean, but if it were like maybe a 10 cubic foot area,
There was a
I could
fountain.
turn it from water to acid. So if we make them come through a hallway that we flooded, and they're just
could
like,
be
"Oh,
acid.
it's water," it's actually
Hmm.
acid.
That could be useful. And they would come down that way for sure because they're attracted
Yeah,
to
because
water.
the fleshy people that they want to eat are at the other end of it.
Right. What do you say, Sekald? Up for mangling some undead with traps?
Honestly, I don't like the idea of it, but I do have a spell that can let me talk to people over long distances. So if he decides that he's too good to come after us, I could maybe send a message to Cyragol and taunt him a bit.
Oh, the sea floor where they're at is like
I don't
muck
know.
and,
That-
muck and ooze.
Granted,
As
all
well,
of
it's not
this,
sand.
all of this is on the assumption that we make it until tomorrow, so that I can prepare new spells, because I don't have none of these spells prepared.
Either way, if we stay at the island here, we're going to have to fight them tonight. Because
Well,
they will come after us.
Yes, but hopefully what we can do, like I said, we can barricade ourselves in long enough to just get to morning, and they'll give up. I mean, it's a stone building. It's not going to be that easy to get through.
I mean, clearly it has been, because I
They
mean,
weren't
everyone's
expecting
dead.
undead.
But I'm saying it's like it's not as.
These were also refugees, not soldiers.
Yeah, they were.
Okay,
they were
that's a fair point.
hermits. They weren't. No offense, they weren't us.
Well,
Also,
let's
they weren't expecting it.
let's get a move on then, because it's going to take some hours to shore up the defenses in that place
Yeah,
and make it
they're-
secure.
They're making eyes at us, and it's making me weirded out.
Ah,
All right,
and
let's
this-
go.
Also, don't forget there's the fucking rats.
At this point, they aren't
right.
making eyes at you guys at all. They're gone. They all went in the boat and disappeared.
Because we weren't
We
attacking
leave.
them, so
Before we leave, did we want to do the thing to try and see how many there are?
I counted about 30.
It would have to be closer for my divine sense to ping all of them. So
What I was suggesting is I cast light on something and we send it out there. just
they
to
might see that
how
as an
many
opening of
those
hostilities.
cast.
They probably would try to attack us if you do that.
Not if we're far enough away.
I mean, yeah, but they're 300 feet away from us right now, so.
I mean, go
And
ahead.
if we
Poke.
cast
And
it
all
on
of us are
something heavy
relatively
and drop
fast.
it.
Sure, but I mean, if you want to poke the bear, go ahead.
Well, I'm not poking the
Either
bear
way.
until I get a vote from everybody, because we've seen how that goes poorly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know I'm always up for bad decisions.
I feel like it was a bad idea to ask for that vote. What do you think, Bryn?
I think.
Okay, one bark for yes, 2 barks for no.
I just just imagine like the big
You're
whiskers like
underwater.
dancing back and forth.
You're underwater, so it's just.
That's the most uncommitted yes I've ever heard.
Sekald, what do you think?
Oh, now I think about it. Bryn's the only one that doesn't go up for air.
Or a catapult.
Sekald?
Sorry, I was waiting for someone
Oh,
else to
no,
finish.
go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm still up for finding the size of the army. Someone can chuck whatever's cast light on, get it as far away as possible. I can send it another 90 feet with catapult. If we do that above the area we're going for, it sinks. We get eyes on whatever we're going for, whatever section.
All
All
right.
right.
Okay, I'll stay down here then and be a spotter.
Josul, you have a crossbow, right?
I do believe I do. Let me check my pack. I haven't used it in quite a long time.
That should have.
Well, what
decent
about we
range
use one of these?
underwater.
What about we launch something? Let me see here. Thought I had some extra equipment.
According
Well,
to
the thing is, the range of anything other than like a crossbow or a spear is going to be garbage underwater.
Yeah, true. What you're saying, Scott?
you can only go to the first range increment. After that, the
Right.
crossbow stops. The projectile stops moving.
Because
Otherwise,
it's too
I
much
have
resistance.
a couple sling pebbles.
No, sorry, I'm not going to be able to help you.
All right, I pull out one of my sling pebbles, and like, yeah, it's not going to do shit. But
What's the first range increment for it?
a sling pebble.
Unless you wanted to drop one of these, I pull out a dagger.
Probably
can't help
best not to throw a weapon.
Yeah, I was going to say they
at
will
them.
definitely see that as hostilities.
So the range on a sling is 30 feet.
Okay. So
And
that's
I'm
the
gonna
first
cast
increment?
light on the stone. Yes, it's 30/120.
Okay. Do you do this near the ocean floor, or are you going it from way up here?
No, we wanted to do it from above, so it will hopefully fall past the ship.
Okay. Just roll to hit. Just make sure you get it where you want it to go.
Well, it's kind of irrelevant. So long as it gets that
Yeah.
30 feet, I shoot it another 90 in the direction that I want it to go with catapult. Isn't it?
Yay! That is a lot. I am proficient with slings, I think.
Yeah, halfling should be. I've always wanted to
All
play a
halflings
halfling
are.
that uses a sling.
Yep. Ugh.
To wield slings or something
And-
stupid.
Yeah.
Or a gnome, tinker
What's
a gnome
your
that makes like a sling gun.
19.
Alright. You fling it exactly where you want it to go, to where it's the exact increment of range, like the border of the range of the catapult spell for Sekald. And then Sekald, you use catapult.
Yes, I do.
And then it goes from like and arcs downwards, and then it just suddenly just goes that way from catapult, and it goes
It sheds
dunk, and it hits the boat and lands in the ground.
It sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim for another 20 feet. So hopefully we got a decent idea of what the boat and everything else around it looks like.
You
the meantime.
see the boat. Yeah, no shit, you see the boat, but you see the light glow off of it, and it seems to give off a bluish glow as it hits the ground, and you can barely see, very old and aged, carved into the side of the hull, Tammeraut. Besides that, you see nothing else in the muck and in the wreckage.
We don't see any creatures at all.
No, not from all this distance.
There's a whole lot of nothing.
There's more going on here.
That either then I don't think there are as many as we thought. I was afraid that he was going to have a whole army.
At least
But if
30.
it is only the 30 that you saw, they might be within the ship, and that's why we couldn't see them. We can take 30 undead. Not right now, I don't think, because I think that cold
Maybe
was
not
gonna
on
do
their
us in
turf.
before, but
You know what? Since Axel's closer, I'll let Axel roll perception.
Oh, okay.
It will not have advantage because this is definitely sight-based.
Okay.
Because all you'll smell and hear is doubt. Nothing really over the top.
22.
Ooh, okay. You can just make out on the seafloor near the boat, what's up to the wreck. There seems to be some kind of stone slab mostly sunken into the muck.
Ooh. Does it
does
look
not
like
look
maybe
like
it might
it's-
have some inscriptions?
Yes, and it definitely does not look like it's part of the boat at all. In any way.
Ooh.
Completely different craft.
How big size-wise is this thing?
Right now,
Like, is it
only
the
about a
size of a
foot of it.
person?
Right now, like a corner of the slab, is like a foot of it is out of the sand.
Oh, okay. So it looks like probably pretty big.
You're not sure. Yeah, you're not sure how big it is.
Okay.
But you can see there are some kind of inscriptions. But even with that perception check, you can't read it from here.
Sure. No. Okay. But like,
The stone landed right next
Intuition-
to it.
yeah, intuition-wise, this is totally like an evil obelisk. It's the
Give me an
magical door of
insight.
death, Belmont.
Give me insight.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Well, it's a nat 20. As soon as I can get back to my... Okay, insight bonus 6. 26.
This slab looks like it was put here well after the wreck happened. You're thinking maybe it's a warning of some kind.
Oh.
Just from theory, not from actually reading it.
Okay. Well, that sign can't stop me because I can't read.
Mm-hmm.
Axel,
Hey.
you get an inspiration point.
Woo! Thanks, GW.
You guys do anything else?
Not me. I'm ready to go.
I think we should retreat.
The light fades off. Just... After a minute, right?
Lights below
Huh?
less a minute.
Oh, light? No, it's like an hour.
Oh, then you're just sitting there.
Yeah.
Nothing interferes with it. No one grabs the stone or.
Actually, we'll end it sooner than that because I'm going to she'll hold her holy symbol and cast light on her holy symbol instead. So I can only have one instance of it up at once. So I end the one on the rock on the ship.
Okay.
So that we can actually see each other while we're making our way back to shore.
Axel, if you leave the area, assuming everybody's leaving now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
That cold
Mm.
and stuff just disappears.
Yeah.
So you can get back
Okay.
out, the water temperature's back to normal and stuff.
Okay. I was like, I wasn't even planning to be down there that long. Huh.
The frost that was on you just like immediately disappears.
Yeah. Glad that got better. It's like I wonder if like underwater creatures get like frostburn the way they get sunburn,
I would
right?
think,
Like they show up extra blue.
yeah, you felt frostburned, but then when you
Just
leave
little,
there,
like, flakes
you
of
don't.
it on you that kind of like sunburn with little flakes of
Yeah,
ice.
your scales like
Yeah,
get like
yeah.
you get they.
Right. Little like frosty flakes on
You-
them. Yeah. Yeah. That would probably feel awful.
Okay, but yeah, so for the rest of the night, like I would like to spend at least
The boys go over to Bryn, and big boy boops your nose and says, "Stay safe." Everyone else is just art, and then they go to swim off into the horizon to go.
All of you stay safe. I'll see you soon, my boys. My boys. My boys.
And off they go.
I get out of my
One of
my
them grabs
coat.
a fish on the way.
Good for him. Get out of my coat. And I tie it back behind on my waist.
Only your coat is wet.
Yep.
So you're back on the island.
I've heard stories of Selkie, but I've never seen one myself.
Yes, I figured you'd probably all have to know at some point. So
like what happens if somebody like steals your suit?
I like elbow him. I think that's kind of a thing, dude.
Well, but it's like it seems like it's a logistical problem, right? You want to keep it on hand. You've got to know where it is.
She like looks down. She says, "That's what I'm here to make sure it doesn't happen to others."
Oh, well, it's a very noble goal.
It's if you take a Selkie's coat, the Selkie belongs to you.
Wait, what? What?
You mean like a marriage, or mean like a slave, or?
It depends on who has the coat.
Oof.
Leaves of the Sea would talk of that. She mentioned to Selkie she knew that had a similar problem. That's the only reason I know of the tale.
So you can roll me a history check if you want. Specifically because your wife's tale to you.
Oh, yes. 11.
She also told you the story about how a Silky saved the tides, and the tides stopped happening. It was like a folklore tale, and how she had been stuck on land for decades because a man stole her silky skin, her seal skin, and without being able to go out in the ocean, she was not able to sing to the sea, and because she wasn't able to sing to the sea, the tides would not rise and fall as normal. But the story ends on a good note with her eventually getting the skin back and bringing the tides back once again.
I shared that story with the party as we're returning to a place to make camp.
Oh, what a charming story.
These are the things Leaves of the Sea would tell me. Of course, while she was cooking. She was very good at storytelling.
At this point, it's definitely in the afternoon, as you guys are on island.
I would like to take some time to cast the ritual form of ceremony and make about 100 GP 4 hours worth of holy water.
So you're
So,
going to
like-
spend 4 hours making holy water?
Yeah, because I want to
Okay.
make sure everyone has some. Like, at least has like a piece, has something
Yeah,
handy.
we need to start making plans. I actually was thinking that I could start pulling in some more bodies out of the nets and
I'll help
asking
with that.
more questions, or at least just putting them to peace so that hopefully they can't raise them again.
I think that what's being done to them right now is a ritual to create more of the undead like the ones we saw. I'm willing to cut them all free if you're willing to bury them. Or
Well,
help me
probably,
with it.
yeah, or
I can firebolt in
Burn.
between castings of ceremony to help you burn people.
We need more
Yeah.
wood if we're going to make pyres. But
well,
yeah,
there are trees. We can make it happen given enough time.
You know, there's not many trees
Before
here,
we do this,
and they're not very big. There's like
before we do
not even
this
10
though,
trees on this island.
I thought there were a couple of trees.
Yeah, a couple.
Well, we can come up with stuff. They probably have.
they might
a
have lumber
kitchen.
back at their
They have a
back covered
kitchen. They
house.
probably have coal or firewood or something or another.
There's,
Um,
from what I can see in the map, 7 trees and 2 of them that look very dead. On top of
Right.
Oh,
that.
good.
Oh,
Dead
great,
ones are
better
nice and
keep
dry.
them.
Perfect.
Also, there's a bunch of
Uh,
broken furniture and stuff too. You can use that.
Before
If we
do
could
that,
fight
though,
back the endless swarm of rats, yeah.
Before we do that, though, should we go check out what's on the trash heap door? I'm gonna
Are
assume
you
it's
willing to
probably
go
just
back through
trash,
that
but-
endless swarm of rats to get there?
No, you
I
can
mean,
go
we
in through
have
the
to go
front.
into the building anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go in through the front. The front was
What
fine.
if we could use the rats to kill the undead? Do you think they care?
Would they go near them though? Like, most
they-
animals, they might
It's
run
a
away.
swarm of rats. I
Yep.
think if they smelt rotting flesh, they'd be all over that.
Everyone think emoji.
I mean, like, honestly, even if
Bing.
they don't, then either the rats become, if we like close them in the same room with the undead, then either the rats become difficult terrain, or the rats just ignore them and run away, which means nothing happens.
You ever
or the
seen an
rats
animal-
go fight them.
Have you ever seen an animal that you push into a corner? They
The
fight
thing is that with undead,
a lot.
if
Rats would do the same if we
the
trapped
thing
them
is
with these undead.
that's if the undead were going after the rats, but they're probably not going to because they're just rats.
They would scare the rats enough. The rats would probably attack.
Either way, we'll figure that out when we get to it. Let's deal with one problem at a time.
Right.
First
I'll go
problem,
see
we
if I
want to
can-
see if there's anything that we're missing on the island. Anything that can
Yeah.
give us more clues about what we're dealing with, Cyril. So let's
Okay.
go break down the wall.
Sekald!
Yay.
So you head back in through the front entryway, and then immediately take a right, and then there's that bricked off wall in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
On the
Uh,
off chance there's something in there, everybody get ready.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm expecting more rats.
I'm holding a sacred flame for the first thing that moves from within that room.
I have a scroll of chromatic orb in one hand.
And when everybody's ready, I finally get to do the plan I've been planning for almost over a month. Just
I
like
got my
Yay.
weapon ready.
Exactly. just like we did on a previous island, I'm going to use my trident's one charge of Shatter. Tap the wall, cast it, break that bitch down without ever having to worry about chopping it into pieces.
Okay, no need to roll damage. Normally this was supposed to be an athletics check, but I'll say casting Shatter will do the same thing. And the bricked up wall pretty much explodes into tiny little pieces of brick and collapses, whatever parts that weren't completely disintegrated, down, and there's a convenient humanoid-sized doorway in the wall.
Link doesn't have anything on me.
A foul stench immediately permeates out of this hole.
Ooh.
You hear, like, noises, and, like, in the water,
Uh-oh.
or something in there, in the muck. And popping out of the hole is a giant rat as we roll initiative.
God damn it.
Ready to action goes off.
This rat has been waiting for us for weeks.
Makes all of the rules.
Yeah, it's as big as that giant rat. It's a giant rat.
Oh boy.
Oh Lord, what's my initiative?
18. Oh,
I wonder if we can
Okay, wait.
negotiate with it.
Wait. Let me get my stuff. Okay, so, Axel, what was yours?
18.
Okay, Katie.
I actually got a 19.
Oh.
Josul.
21.
Nice.
God
Sekald.
damn it. The one time
I
I
rolled
rolled
an 18.
decently.
It's the first time I've gotten more than a single digit this entire campaign, by the way.
I heard 4, right?
4, yes.
Okay.
Cool. I
Abby
passed the curse on to you, so call them sorry.
15.
and Bryn.
You took
16.
Wow, everyone's
Took
getting in
my
the
high rolls and
teens.
called
I
them-
did.
Crud.
I did, I stole them, I'm sorry.
Okay, so Axel had a readied action. So
Yes,
you go
chromatic
before
orb.
initiative starts.
Okay.
This giant rat squeaks out of there. It's covered in disgusting brown filth and garbage.
I was also holding Sacred Flame.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So,
So,
Circus.
Afro.
polka dot. All right, so plus 8, 21 to hit with my scroll of chromatic orb of fire.
Yeah, that hits.
Cool. 3d8 fire damage right on the noggin. 8 and 6 for 14 plus another 5 for 19 fire damage off the rip.
All right. The rat immediately bursts into flames and falls over in a charred corpse.
Oh, okay. Well, good job, everybody.
And that's when a lot more squeaking from inside happens.
Hmm.
There it
Oh
is.
shit.
There it is. I was waiting for it.
The second something else pops into view, Abby's Sacred Flame would trigger.
Okay, so your readied action technically wouldn't have gone off. So then we're going to actually loop around to Josul, since he's first.
All right. I don't see anything, right?
Nope. No light source in there or anything.
Oh, and there's squeaking in the background noises now. That's
Well,
extra creepy.
you would be able to see from where we are, at least, though, because I do have my whole
Oh,
symbol on.
yeah, there would be low
Also,
light.
there's
You do see 4 giant rats in there, scurrying around.
I do
Oh.
believe there's a rat on fire in the
Four
doorway.
giant rats.
Yeah, and there's a
Got
rat
it.
on fire in the doorway. It smells like, if you make a fire with manure.
Burnt hair and, shit.
hair.
Do these
And
rats
hair.
just look like dog-sized rats? Or are we talking like people-sized rats?
You know the rats in Dark Souls?
Yeah.
They
Are
look like
you
those
asking-
Dogs that are
rats.
people-sized?
No,
Oh,
they're not
they're
people-sized.
people-sized
They're
rats.
Abby-sized rats.
Oh, dear God, that's disturbing. Like 5 feet of rat is quite disturbing.
Not 5 feet.
Ah.
They're Abby-sized
2.5.
rats.
4 feet, 5 feet, 2.5. When it's bigger than a normal-sized rat, it might as well be 1,000 feet.
Abby's
Okay?
just shy of 3 feet.
But they're
Ugh.
very gross because they're just covered in filth.
Okay. Well,
I thought it was a chihuahua.
I suppose. I
One
don't
of
really know if I
them
wanna
has
throw
like
my
a
weapon.
giant bulged eye that's like cloudy and milky. It's just they're
Ew.
gross. Almost
Well,
like they
none
took
of
in
them-
quarantine a little too seriously, and they've been in this box for their entire lives.
long as none of them stand up and say blood for the blood god, I think we're okay.
Yeah, they're not ratlings. Is that what they're called?
Skaven.
Yeah, they're not those.
As long as they're not Skaven, I think we're okay. I'm going to use the old-timey cantrip, Ray of Frost.
Ooh. Okay.
Simply because I don't want to throw my weapon in there. I'm not losing this, even if it's attached to a rope. On the off chance that this filth is also acid, I'm not going to take that risk. Or is actually a blob of some kind. I'm hoping that I hit the one of the little buggers with the 21.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
What were you aiming for?
One of the other giant rats.
No, I mean, like, what part of it? Like, if you were in
its
vats.
base.
Okay, you hit it right between the eyes.
Ooh, lovely. He takes 12 cold damage, and his speed is reduced by 10 feet.
I got you beat there. Its speed is reduced to 0 feet because it died.
Oh, cool. That's the first time I've killed something with that spell.
As its face is covered in frost, and like one of the big milky eye, like part of it like chips off as ice and it just falls over.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Normally, I only use that spell for making cold drinks. I've never killed anything with that. You hear here's Josul say as it turns out.
You make a hell of a dead rat, I'll tell you that.
That's Josul's turn. He makes lewd commentary about never killing anything.
There are 3 giant rats in there.
Sekald looks, I think, maybe mildly impressed.
Yeah, sorry, I interrupted a little bit there, but I did say Sekald approves.
Yeah,
I figured he would.
3 giant rats. So here's a question. Is it kind of gross in there? How much room's in there? Can I get in there and leave room for my friends? What's the plan here?
Yeah, it's like 10 by 10.
Oof, that's not
But-
a lot.
Just a quivering
goes-
mass of sewage.
But it goes up to the 2nd floor for sure, and it looks like that's where they dump things, and you can actually see the top of what was a ladder, but it seems like the bottom half of it had rotted off completely.
Oh god. All right. Well, I will.
Like this room used to not be for this.
I guess I will draw my short. Well, I would have had it drawn because we were getting ready. I have my short sword. I'm gonna get in there and attack one of these rats with my short sword.
All right, before you even roll, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Son of a bleep.
I didn't go in there.
Well, you know, Katie rushes in.
This won't be too big.
Natural 20 for a 22 total.
Nice. Okay.
There goes my natural 20 on the attack roll, though, gentlemen and ladies.
Yep.
And everyone in between.
Wasted it.
At least
Yes.
you will pull an Abby and end up with a 1 for that.
Just wait.
Well,
All
Now you
right.
said something.
Wow, where did that bus come
the
from?
dice rolls are young.
All right. So 21 to hit on the first attack.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's going to be 12 points of piercing damage.
All right, you hit them right in the squeaker, and your hand goes straight through their head. Since you're doing piercing damage.
Ew.
These are not healthy rats.
No, they're not.
Am I close enough to stab another one?
Yep.
I stab again. Oh, natural 20!
Hey!
What's up, Stabatha?
Why did I not have that PDF up? That's why we haven't been critting until now.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, my critical will do. So far, it's 10 points of damage.
Oh my god, he explodes.
But I want to know what else happens. Oh, I have to roll. I have
Yep.
to roll percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. I'm glad I took these out.
It might allow one of your allies to do something, so.
Ooh, 92%.
Ooh.
Was
Wow.
this, are your fists considered magical?
Well, my magic sword is +1 short sword.
That works.
Nice.
Oh my god. Who all's within 10 feet of Katie? She would have just stepped in the doorway.
Well, Sekald was at the door, and Axel was close by.
Yeah?
I was close enough that Abby had been like leaning around the door, ready to point and cast Sacred Flame.
All right, everyone that's within 10 feet, she stabs so hard there's like a shockwave explosion, and everybody needs strength saving throws, including Katie and the rats.
You're too awesome.
You just created an avalanche of garbage.
Yeah, this is going to be really gross. by the way.
Oh no.
Well, I got a 22 to save versus this.
Create a
11.
sewage avalanche.
All right.
Oh, it's a
Ow.
tsunami.
Yeah, I'll make this easy for
Oh.
everyone. The DC is a 15 saving throw, and if you don't
Oh,
make
thank
it,
God.
you are
Damn.
20. Dirty 20.
Okay.
I'm sorry, friends.
This it's not over though.
Oh, great.
So every
16,
Fail.
16 passes, so you're not prone.
but I do need to know if I need to use shield to keep from being
Yes, you would cast shield.
Gallagher.
Cast shield.
wonderful. Casting shield.
Oh. This is what I do.
I was in the range of that too, and I got a 14.
Okay, so
No.
you're prone, and
Well-
everybody except for Sekald
And Josul, because I
And
was
Ki-
nowhere near
and-
that doorway.
and Katie and just okay. So Axel and Abby
Yeah.
and Bryn need to give me Constitution saving throws.
I'm so sorry,
Uh,
friends.
I'm
As
not used to being in the splash.
as yeah, you're in the splash zone. I won't describe it any further.
Thankfully, you've given me
Is
both of the
this-
proficient saves that I have. Strength
Is-
and con.
Is this considered something regarding poison?
Is considered disease.
Okay,
Oh.
I'm immune to disease and like
Okay,
all of that. So
Then you're fine.
yeah, but
physically.
I got a 17 on the save just anyway.
Okay.
So I got a 5. No, I got a 6. Nope, 5. 5.
Sorry, I got a natural 20, and so it's the 23.
Oh wow! So
Nice.
you're like swimming in mung, but you're loving it.
I do believe the disease has an aptly named name. At least it used to.
Yeah, things do.
One that involved filth, perhaps.
Mm, it does not say that specifically in the name, but yeah.
Ah, okay.
It's the same thing, and they just give it a different name, essentially.
Oh, got it. Well, why'd they change the name? That name was fun.
There's no immediate effects to this, by the way, but both Abby and Bryn failed. So.
Okay.
Well, it has to, it has to gestate.
Yeah.
All diseases need time to incubate.
And that was Katie's second attack. This rat's
That was
definitely
my
dead.
second attack.
It's definitely dead. There's one left.
You know, I believe Katie will end her turn there because she's a little in awe and shock by what just happened.
Oh yeah, and Katie, you're not just covered in like the front. You're covered like front and back. This stuff.
Oh, gross. I will use a key point to take, what is it, patient defense? That is what I will do with my bonus action.
Oh wow. Okay. Then after you, it is Axel's turn. There's one left.
Oh boy!
Hisses,
You know-
hisses at you guys.
Yeah, I just man, fuck you. I throw my hammer at it.
Okay.
Saved you one.
Well, as long as I don't roll like a nat 1, I'm pretty sure we'll be okay. I did not roll a nat 1, so it's
Yay.
a dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. I was gonna say
Yeah,
if you
okay.
rolled a nat 1 and it was the one where you chuck your weapon, I'm gonna say you Thor hammer it and it goes through the wall.
Yeah,
Ew.
no. So it's 10 damage all day.
Yeah. Okay. Dead. End of initiative.
Yeah.
That's the actual noise it makes too, because you like knocked its head into the film. So
Yeah, like he'll recall it and like shake it off. Like
there's a horrible like mud like noise as you pull
The
your ball
more I
out.
hear your character talk, Axel, the more I want to like get you a Morian helmet.
Okay.
Those of you familiar with that is the helmet the conquistadors wore that had the little ridge and came up to the point
Yep.
with the I want to get him one of those helmets.
And now it's just Katie standing in the
Oh,
film
it's little
with a bunch of
feathers
dead
on the
rats.
side, so it looks like a Thor
And
version of the conquistador. helmet.
Abby covered in
Nice.
the garbage.
Yeah, and the hallway is also definitely.
I like that.
Abby
There's
like
just-
stands up and is like pulling disgusting things out of her armor.
Abby, are you okay? Are you okay, Abby?
I'm fine.
Are you okay?
Perhaps a bit nauseous from the smell.
Sorry.
This.
Oh,
Please tell me Sekald knows prestidigitation.
I know prestidigitation.
Nope.
Oh.
Thank God. At least Abby knows it.
Yeah, she's just pointing and very slowly cleaning off her entire armor. Like, this is not going to work. I need to actually get out of this.
Yeah,
It's 1 cubic foot, so you got like a pretty decent square of cleaning you can do.
Yeah,
don't-
it's just
Around.
it's the outside, and then it probably got into the
Right,
inside
right.
too,
I
and
don't-
then
Just move
I
it
don't-
along
because
your
it's
clothing.
probably moist.
I don't need to describe
Ew.
this too far, but they don't have plumbing or outhouses here, so they kind of had buckets and everything had to go
Yeah.
somewhere. And they've been
Yeah.
here a few years.
Yep. Yeah,
So,
no, I've
yeah.
driven past the dump before. I know what it smells like.
So sorry.
I know what the smell of rotting garbage smells like.
Do
I've
any
been
of you
past the dump.
search stuff?
I just
No.
want to get this on record. Katie crit everyone's pants.
If you didn't already have an inspiration point this session, I would give you one.
I am slaying rats and jokes tonight.
Oh, man.
Yes, you are.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, I'll be merciful because all of you got splattered with that in the splash zone.
Well, not all of us, but a good majority.
Yeah, Abby's not interested in anything in this room unless it was like it landed literally in her lap, which like half of it did. So.
Sekald would look in, considering the dark vision, and try to see if there was anything of note in there, but
It's called when you put your shield up, something a bit more solid than the rest of the stuff in here hit the shield, and as your shield dispelled, it landed on the ground, and you can see a brooch on the ground, covered in the filth.
Yeah, for what it's worth, this room is relatively lit. Abby's light spell extends bright light for 20 feet.
Well,
Now,
none of
it's-
us have to
Dim
search
for
through it, but I
another
have a servant
20.
that could.
The-
He's
the-
a bit unseen.
The white light turned into a very brownish hue.
I wonder
So,
how long that spell lasts.
would I be able to gently use water whips to pick it up, clean it off before I actually
Oh.
touch the brooch?
There's no need. I can clean it for you. I cast Unseen Servant. And I have the Unseen Servant pick up the brooch and hold it up so Abby could clean it.
Presto.
And then I have the Unseen Servant for the remainder of his hour of helpfulness. Search through the sewage / move it back into the hallway.
Shit
Door.
off. Shit
Okay,
off.
you see two very clear humanoid leg prints go into the filth, and then like two more, which you assume are like hands and arms, going like searching through the filth. Nothing else is found besides this brooch.
And then he eventually, or there, it whatever you want to call the spell, scoops all the muck back into the closet. That escaped.
Eventually, we
It
can
tries
see the
its
unseen
best.
servant.
Yeah, you can. It's a very like it has no face humanoid like thing. And,
God,
like,
it looks like a poop monster.
yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say it has no mouth, but it must scream.
and it's just
What's it
using
called?
its
Do you wanna-
hands the best it can to try to push it in, but you know it doesn't have any other tools, so it's.
I don't have a shovel, so.
On the wind, you hear a faint "kill me."
I'm sure we can find a shovel here. Sekald, did you want to identify your shiny, or did you want me to? I know the spell now.
I can. It's fun.
Okay. I am going to maybe go puke and then to wash my armor out.
I would advise at least one of those, maybe both.
Yeah. I was gonna go take a dip in the ocean and get out of.
I'm
her
gonna go
armor
too.
and
Yeah.
That.
I will also go because I'm pretty sure I have poop on me also. I just
Bryn, most importantly, into your horror, a bit of it did get on your sealskin.
no.
Can I just say that the mental image of like the open doorway and Katie just and then just
Shit.
terrible.
Just a shit explosion.
There's something very anime about that moment, right? Like
yeah,
you just
there
you
is.
like
right.
you throw a big kung fu fucking punch, and then there's like a tidal wave of.
Yeah,
I mean,
just-
Effluvia.
See, I saw this room in the adventure, and I'm like, why did they have this room? Now I know why they have this room.
Katie's literally the firecracker in the toilet at this point.
yeah, that's exactly what you were.
Yep.
In a Taco Bell toilet.
Oh no!
No,
Not so far,
why?
too far.
Why though? Taco Bell sponsor us.
You know you needed a reference. There it is.
Taco Bell sponsor us. Yes, sponsor us.
Please, yes,
Taco
that'd be
Bell
great.
Maybe not because of that statement, but
We'll stop talking
Um,
smack about your
The
food.
little hermit crab
It'll
is
be
like
pleasant.
your little hermit crab goes arriba.
Boy, if Corey went Yoke to Taco Bell, I'd have to like shoot him myself.
Oh. Anyway,
Using my unseen servant, because I'm assuming he probably still has some time left, and that most likely didn't take his whole hour. I go out back where the bodies are and use the unseen servant to kind of pull the nets up and bring the bodies on shore.
okay.
And I do some of that myself. And I try to keep a distance from the Chulls, so if I see them back there, I kind of go, "Hey, I'm not messing with you," as I'm pulling bodies.
You
out of
get
the
like
water.
2 of the bodies out, and then by the time that happens, the Trolls have taken notice, and they come over and they start trying to defend their food. And they
All
start
right,
like,
I'm just gonna kind of back off. Yeah, I hold my hands up and kind of just move away. In Ak, when I say I don't want that, I'm just trying to bury him. I'm assuming they don't respond, so I just move away.
mine.
Abby and the rest of us are probably on the same side of the island, just further away, actually, like.
Yeah, I'm assuming they don't respond, so I just kind of, I'm not messing with you. Just want to get these bodies out of here.
And seeing that you're trying to move the bodies away, that one goes back into the darkness. And then it and another one comes up, and they start harvesting the bodies and taking them down to where they were.
Well, I guess that takes care of the rest of them. All right, well, come on, servant. We got 2 of them anyway. I pull them the rest of the way out of the water, and I kind of
2
go back over
humans.
to where Abby and sorry, losing my names here.
Katie.
Katie, that's the word. Got it. Thanks. Where they are kind of cleaning up, and I go, "Hey, good news, bad news.
Yeah?
Got 2 of the bodies up.
Yeah, I saw. What happened to the others? Are they not
The
there
Chulls
anymore?
realized I was taking their food, so they took the rest
Oh.
of them back down into the deep dark, deep down.
Well,
Don't
they're
blame
okay
them.
at least.
You know, the way I figure it, they're gonna get buried in one way or the other. They won't be undead this way. They'll be poo,
Probably
but they
not.
won't be undead.
I got
Assuming
most of
those
the
creatures still do
nastiness
that.
out.
You could use prestidigitation for the rest.
So, here.
No matter how much you guys clean, you feel like you never are clean enough.
It never
I have
feels
to
like it's
wear
enough. But
this.
I have to wear this.
Abby's an
Sorry.
old grandma. She probably has all kinds of ways to get
Right.
absolutely disgusting things out of
She
fabric.
pulls out a stain stick. Haha.
Axel just like goes out, like wades out in the middle of the ocean, and like after like scrubbing himself in the tide, like in the tide line, like where the
Mhm.
sand and water meet,
Mhm.
he basically just like rolls around and lets Cerulean just like slime all over him to get the rest of it off.
Yeah, your actual nose is the weird antenna gills on your sides, so you probably are really like getting that cleaned out. 'Cause, oh,
Yeah.
God.
Abby just like stops where she's standing in the low tide of just like soap and it's just like
Yeah, his
"That is so very strange.
scent input is like temporarily fused right now.
Ooh,
You're
that's
temporarily
the worst.
blinded in terms of smell.
Nose
Yeah.
blind. Yeah.
Sekald, you identify the brooch, and you know that you'll need to attune to it, and when you attune to it, you have resistance to force damage, and that you'll have
Ooh.
immunity to damage from magic missile, because this is a brooch
Ooh.
of shielding.
Nice.
Sick.
Nice.
That's badass. You could taunt so many wizards with that. Hit me with your best magic missile. Bet it doesn't.
So, I was thinking about it for a bit, and I do have a spell that I think would really be helpful. I don't have it prepared today, and it's expensive, but I do have enough spell components to cast it at least once. It's called Magic Circle, and it basically makes a big column area where undead, they can't really enter the area, and attacking anybody inside the area they have disadvantage on. They're
Oh.
at like a penalty, and
It would be good to put maybe like you and Sekald behind the line, and so that you can stay
So-
inside and stay safe and be throwing magic downrange.
it's a 10-foot radius.
Yeah.
All of us could fit in it, and you could be inside it and attacking from our side, and then when they try to get to you,
Hmm.
they have that barrier that they're having trouble getting through.
Hmm.
It doesn't break the spell if I walk in and out of it, does it?
we can walk in and out. And it's centered on an
Neat.
area, so I can leave. So once I put it there, it's there for an hour.
Okay, at this point, it's probably around 3 or 4-ish in the afternoon.
Let's see, what else can I do?
Are we digging pit traps and things like that?
The sun's about midway down, a little further than midway
Oh boy, we're gonna die.
down. That's the spirit.
Yeah, so,
All right, I use unseen servant again.
Okay, we gotta prepare.
And,
Let's go in the room.
creatures, undead creatures cannot willingly enter the cylinder by non-magical means, so they cannot actually enter it by their own will. So we can come and go as we want. Like, technically, they could try and use teleportation stuff to get through it, but I don't think any of them are smart enough for that. And then while we're inside it, we can't be charmed or frightened or possessed or any mental effects from undead.
ooh, nice.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
and it's not
Okay.
concentration either. But
I'm-
like I said, it's expensive, so I can only do it once.
I'm gonna let you guys continue thinking of plans and stuff while you wash off.
So we gotta
I'm gonna be right
decide.
back.
We gotta decide if we want to make our final stand here or if we want to go and take the fight to them.
I like how you
Well-
refer to it as our final stand.
Well, the stand that's going to be the final one for that. You know what I mean?
The problem is they're going to come after us this evening regardless.
Yeah.
They always
And I can't
come
do
to the
this
island
tonight.
at night. That is the gist of what we got.
I'm.
So
Yeah, I think.
we need to be
Let's-
prepared for an assault this evening regardless.
Yeah. So let's zoom through the rest of this place, find the best defensible room we can, and just stick with mundane stuff because none of the spells that I have today are going to be great at setting up traps. I don't really have that many good trap spells anyway, especially not without having prepared for it. Like, I do have one that I could do, but it requires a good amount of gold, and I don't have the materials for it.
What is
We
it
don't
you
know
need? I
what
might have
these-
some.
We don't know what these undead creatures are. And from the distance we are
It's-
from them, we don't even know if they're solid. So
It's
we have to
200
assume that they may be ghostly if they're not solid.
Yeah, it's 200 gold worth of incense for glyph of warding. I have the holy water and the powdered silver for the circle. And I have part of it in diamond because that's what I use to bring people back if, God forbid, the worst should happen and one of us falls in battle. But I really don't want to use that diamond up because, I
Battle.
want to make
Right.
sure that you guys
Right.
are fine. I do have a thing though. I was looking through my bag when I was grabbing my soap and everything, and I found these, and I pull out my scrolls and I started laying them down in the sand. This one, and this one you can cast, Axel, and then these ones, Josul and Sekald and I can cast. So I have
Can
Which
I
are-
cast any?
What spell book are those second category from?
Wizard.
Okay, so I have Eldritch Knight level, so I can cast wizard spells.
Oh, you can. That's right. Okay. So, Revivify and Protection from Evil are on the Paladin spell list, so you can cast those without having to.
That's sexy. I like that.
Yeah. Revivify, you might have to make a check for because you're not that level yet,
Mm,
but it's on your spell list at least.
right.
I don't think. See, I don't think you get any of the others here. I also have Expeditious Retreat, which would be very helpful for if we decide to do this underwater.
I also still have a potion of invisibility and a potion of gaseous form.
I do too, yes. The invisibility potion might not be as useful underwater, but it is kind
Gaseous
Could
form
be
would be
very-
completely useless underwater. So
Mhm.
Useful for
Yeah.
getting away.
Yeah, well, gaseous form underwater will be useless because you
Right.
can't go
Well,
in water.
You don't need to
Invisibility
fart and
more
fly
than
away.
gaseous form. Gaseous form be useful
What
on the
happens
surface
if
if we get
you-
attacked here.
What happens if you're underwater and you drink a potion of gaseous form? Do you
I
surface,
think it
or
gets
does it
stuck.
just not happen?
you turn into a bubble and you fly away.
Gaseous
would imagine
form.
you're a bubble.
Yeah.
Gaseous form normally would be a fly speed. So
can't fly
when
on
you're
the water.
underwater,
Yeah, I think there was.
when you're underwater, it'll be a half speed because it'll be considered difficult terrain. But besides that, it should
Got it.
function the same.
But you would be a cloud of yourself. Wouldn't buoyancy dictate that you would be thrust upward by, like you would float to the surface
We
of
don't
a
apply
fart?
science to magic, though.
It doesn't state you turn into like a air, or it's just a gaseous form. The gaseous form could have the same level of buoyancy as the water. I would say it would, for the sake of simplicity.
Like hell. Anyway,
Also magic.
yeah,
Mhm.
also magic. Fair.
Well, the spell says that it treats liquids as though they were a solid surface.
Oh god, so you would just get
Oh, so you would
stuck.
immediately
You
go
would
up.
just be straight stuck, though.
Mm.
You would literally be stuck where you cast it.
Yeah, I
You
don't
would
think
just
you would.
be stuck right
Very
there.
un-
Because
very
it'd be the
unhelpful.
same as being inside a wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that stinks.
I only have like one thing. So out of character, are undead immune to being frightened?
A lot of them are.
They used to be. I don't know if they all are
Yeah,
now.
some
It'd be
are.
safe to assume. There are very
Okay.
few exceptions, but I can't say all of them are.
But I can't do anything.
That's pretty dang useful. All right, so let's see.
Again, we still don't know what kind of undead these things are. We don't know if they're solid or not. I could dig some pit traps, but I'm guessing they could also be ghostly.
I'm betting that they probably do not like smites.
You're thinking you only have like
Also
3
cool.
hours before dark.
Just to be safe, we try and find a secure room inside the place to camp out for the night. Preferably something not on the first floor.
You have not explored the
how many-
second floor yet.
Oh, well, never mind then. We're definitely not going to the second floor.
You still have
and the
3
one room-
hours to explore other.
We should explore the second floor in our 3 hours and find
the
the
Wing.
one
space upstairs.
quarter.
Honestly, thinking about it, the tower might not be a bad option.
We kind of broke the tower, though.
You have
The
not
thing is,
explored
they
the tower
can't
yet
come
either.
From the top,
Okay.
as far as we
Yeah,
can tell, they
we
can
would have to
fly.
fight them one by one if they came up the ladder, or if they found a
Yeah.
way to get to the tower.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get
It's-
up the tower.
Okay.
Honestly, like, yeah. But as we're going, Abby's sort of going through a mental inventory of all her scrolls to see who can use what, just so that we can help.
Josul
be
takes
prepared
his
as possible.
single holy water that he has in his inventory and has had for a very long time and puts it in a readied spot on his belt. Looks like I might actually need this holy water.
Okay. I believe somebody has a key that they got.
Oh, yeah, I think someone does.
Did
I don't
somebody get a
remember
key
which one of
somewhere?
us had it. I didn't write it in party loot, so it didn't appear to be something of value. So probably Josul has it.
Yeah, I didn't take
I
the
am
key,
the
so
party pack rat.
that's true.
Need something carried for later? I got nothing in my backpack but stuff. Whatever.
Okay, you notice that at the very end of the hallway here, the same hallway where the mess happened, there's that doorway that leads into the base of the tower. It is locked. You open it with the
Go
key.
Soul!
I'm gonna say the key was on one of the dead bodies. Why not?
Hey.
And
We
you
also
open it.
have a thief.
Yeah, I'm also a thief too, so if it was locked and we didn't have the key, with time I could theoretically open it. But anyway, key.
This damp, dark tower room smells of rotten mildew. The floor glistens with puddles of water, and trickles of moisture dribbled down the wall in the west and south. What once might have been barrels and crates stacked against the walls have decayed into nearly unidentifiable heaps of mold.
Yeah, see, here's where your trouble starts right there. You got a nasty water leak in the roof. It's going to get into all your foundation. You're going to have to replace the whole thing. It's going to cost you about 5,000 more gold. Sorry. I don't know what happened just there.
Is there a staircase perhaps?
Nope.
Or a rickety wooden ladder?
Nope.
Neither.
Nope. It looks like you have to come into the tower through the second floor.
Okay. Well, that's lame. All right. Well, I guess we'll use this door as a possible bottleneck later if we have to. There's a stone wall around it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a bottom level of the tower is like just a little storage area.
Yep, it looks like it's an old...
Okay.
It was an old storeroom. Obviously one that the Hermitage wasn't using at all.
Yeah. Okay. I just look back at everyone and go, well, worst case scenario, we can use this as a place to hold up, minus the smell, of course. Although compared to earlier, this probably still smells significantly better. All right, let's check out the second floor, I guess. We have a few hours.
Head upstairs, and then go across the balcony, and you can see that there is a doorway immediately to your right when you get to the top of the stairs, but there's other doorways on the other side of the balcony if you keep going around. But the one immediately to your right it's the only one that goes the direction towards the tower.
All right, check that one.
All right, you open that one, and it's a 25-foot long hallway, and there's another door at the end of that one, but there's also a door to your right.
I check the door to my right first.
Okay.
I squidge over that way and open
down.
the door.
Do that numbered space.
I have no idea why Josul's being so brazen. The last time he did that, he died, almost.
Die.
I was really close.
A particle wall divides this chamber into two sections. 2 arrow slits are set into the west wall. A small fireplace stands in the north. Several tables crowd the room, all covered with sheaves of paper, quills, inkpots, candles, and a few bound books. Numerous uncomfortable-looking stools stand around them. One of the inkpots has been overturned, resulting in a large black stain on the tabletop.
Looks like we found the library. This is where one of them was killed.
No, the library's downstairs. This is like an office.
Maybe it's a scribe room?
It's study?
Yeah, are there any like you said there was ink. Is there anything that was being written?
You head inside?
Yeah.
Okay. You head inside and you notice that ink gets spilled over and stuff, that there's nothing really on those pages where the ink got hit. But it looks like they used to be scripts that were for manuscripts and a bunch of other things that have no real major interest to your guys' current stuff. It's a bunch of mundane, like, logs for military operations, like how much they had in storage and stuff, but most of it's very worn and disappeared. And then that's when you hear a hiss. And you look over, and there are 3 giant coral snakes in the room. And they are looking at you threateningly.
I look over at... I really have to memorize my friends' names. Kade. And I go, you can speak with animals, right?
Not that kind. I don't
Oh.
think.
And they slither towards Abby cautiously, but threateningly.
Abby, I think they want to eat you.
Yeah, what?
Sorry,
What?
slowly but threateningly.
Let's just back up out of the room. There's no need to fight them if we don't have to. We have undead to deal with that will be here within a few hours.
But we do need to eat dinner.
One of them has a lump in their body that you can see. Like they just ate something recently.
Okay, how
rat.
big a lump though?
About
Like a
rat size.
rat-sized lump.
Yeah.
I was gonna
okay.
say, not a halfling size, right?
At this
No.
point, they're doing us more good than bad, because if they're up here, the rats will stay away.
got no
Let's
problem
leave
with
them
that.
in this
Yeah.
room.
Okay.
All right, so we leave
Yeah,
the
I'll
room,
be
kind
like,
of like
"No, no,
back
it's
away,
fine.
and yeah,
It's fine.
close the
Grab
door
a
behind
dried
us.
fish and yeet it into the room and then close the door.
Yeah.
Before you
They-
shut the door.
They dodge out of
Um,
the way of it, and you close the door. They don't seem to want to
Aw.
grab it.
Okay.
It's not alive. They probably it.
It's not emitting heat or anything, so they're not sure
Right.
at
Yeah.
first, anyway.
Yeah,
But-
it's like it smells of salt, not fresh blood.
But yeah, they're snakes.
Right.
They're not gonna like bang against the door to try to get to you or anything. So you close the
Yeah.
door, and you guys are fine.
Yep.
Try-
And they have another way of getting in and out. I'm assuming some snake-like way. So we're
The
just
door
gonna leave
handle
them in.
jiggles.
Oh God, they're like raptors.
They just reach their tail up and they're like, tink.
As
Anyway.
everyone's walking away, I go back to the door. I open it just enough. I look in.
They're not.
The
They're not.
closest.
You can't see them when you look in. It looks like they moved away from where they were.
All right, I step in until I can see the closest one.
All right. When you go in, you can see that they seem to be on the other side of the particle board area where it's divided into walls, and one of them pops out again and sees you and starts hissing.
Is he within 30 feet?
Yes.
Is his intelligence less than 4?
Yes.
Great.
I'm pretty sure these
Can
are
he
just snakes.
Can he please make a wisdom save for me?
Okay. Is this like a AoE thing?
No, just him. Just the one that I can see.
I'm sorry, I got a 19.
Oh, boo. When I notice it keep hissing, I'm like, damn. And I turn around and walk away and shut the door.
Okay.
Didn't work, did it?
I'm not saying.
All right.
Walk
It'd
by.
be really nice to have one of them as a friend. The rats would leave us alone.
That's
all
what I
right.
was thinking. Just so
Let's go.
Okay, as you
Yeah.
continue down this
We'll try again
hallway,
tomorrow.
you open that door, and it's another hallway that veers to the right. You head that way, veers to the left, and you see a partially collapsed door. Like there's a door there, but like one of the hinges is broken off, and it looks like it got blasted from the other side of it, and it's just barely holding on by one hinge. A big shrapnel piece of a bell is in it.
I wonder how that got there. I'm not sure.
No idea.
Sekald's like, you cast one spell.
I like that like chain of like, oh no, to just do that. Chaotic giggling, yes. I approve.
I look over at Sekald as I see the chunk of bell, and I go, nice.
Well done.
The call just kind of shrugs.
Like,
Without any checks, you guys are able to. When you get the door open, it just falls off, you know. And you see in here an open roof, but there are bundles of barrels and boxes that are piled haphazardously across this tower room. A narrow path leads from the clutter to a barely still functioning staircase carved along the chamber's inner wall, and the stairs go up to open a trap door to the ceiling, and like whatever was on the ceiling, half of it is gone, and it looks like parts of the bell that projected downwards went into the door.
nice. How much space is at the top of the bell tower? Is it like 10 feet around?
It's like
20 feet around?
let's see, 15-foot radius. not bad.
Darn it. It's probably not enough for all of us to sleep up there. And I'm
15-foot
assuming.
radius?
15
15-foot
radius,
radius
yeah.
is pretty big, yeah.
Well, I don't think you.
You can
I-
fit
I-
like 20 people in that.
Maybe, or maybe one of me and a couple other people.
It's not, you're not a 20-foot radius.
Not to mention, you know,
He's a really big boy.
A 20-foot
Just
radius is 10 feet on either side.
All right, fair enough.
You underestimate the amount of food this guy can eat.
Yes, you do.
No.
Just so-
A 20-foot radius is a 40-foot
Oh,
wide.
yeah,
circle.
it's 10 foot. Yep, yeah, it's fucking huge.
It's not 20 though,
You're
it's 15.
Josul needs room to spread out, put
Even
out
that.
all the dishes,
Right,
serve
yeah,
the dinner.
Yeah. See?
In this room,
You got it.
you find all kinds of mundane equipment stored here that most of it has no real value. This includes things such as a 1-foot length of hempen rope, a harp with only one string. I'm going to say that harp's been obliterated by the explosion. A single left boot, a bucket with no bottom, etc., etc.
Do we hear the final note that harp ever played still resounding in the echo of eternity?
You do
Why
in your
does
mind.
this sound like the? Why does it sound like the home for like unloved quest items?
Why does it sound like the bottom of Katie's bag of holding?
Hey, I feel called out on that one.
No, there's not enough
You
lanterns for
should.
that.
You have a
There's
full
not
collection.
That's true. There's not
Reaching-
enough lanterns.
Still, though, if you search around, these are just the things that you visibly see. But there's a lot of
Oh no,
containers
the
in here.
lanterns are buried at the bottom.
If you search, you probably could find useful things.
We're reaching like
Soul
Zork level
sets up a
weird
snack
items.
area and begins first dinner. I'm going to use the little merchant's room.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so of the rooms in here that we've seen, we kind of would probably want something that has access to windows so that we can see something coming. So I'm thinking, looking at the second floor, remind me, Scotty, there are 2 towers on this building. There's one to the west and one to the east.
Mhm.
The one to the west is the bell tower that we annihilated, right?
Yes, that's where you're currently at.
Okay, I don't think that's really going to be a great one just because I don't know what the structure of that tower is right now. But we might want to check out the other one on the other side of the building. But I would suggest we stay together so we could help Josul pull through some of the stuff here, see if there's anything interesting. Maybe check the next room or 2. Just don't go very far.
There
Sounds
are
like a
stairs
plan.
that lead upwards from here, and there's a bunch of stuff in here.
Further up into the bell tower?
Yeah, you're only like halfway up this tower.
I kind of want to see what's all the way up at the top.
I mean, I'll go with you.
Well, open air for one.
Okay, so
I would suggest
continue up.
that maybe the 3 of us go. And then if worse comes to worse, I have Featherfall prepared. If the stairs give way or anything.
This sucks for Blake.
And I'm relatively light, so...
But as you guys open up the trapdoor that leads up to the top, you see a cast iron potbelly stove in the north part of this room. It's stovepipe that you see. It's pretty damaged. Hey, good timing. Okay.
Hi.
The group was starting to go up the stairs. Abby was suggesting maybe we should check out the tower on the east side because there was also a tower on the east side as well.
Oh,
But you're not doing that just yet.
We wanted to finish here first.
I'll say you join them for this part just to see what's up above. You're only halfway up the tower. You're like not at the very top. Going up another floor, opening that trap door, a cast iron potbelly stove squats in the north upper level of this tower. Perfectly intact. Somehow it got missed with all the debris and stuff. It has a stovepipe that extends out through an arrow slit to the north. The wooden frame and slats of the old bed are pushed up against the spiral staircase, or at least they were. It looks like it got flipped over, and there's another big piece of the bell on it. And it looks like what remains of the trapdoor is gaped wide open, and like half the ceiling is exposed in here.
Abby's gonna climb the rest of the way up and explore. Does it look like they were trying to barricade the stairs with pushing that bed up against the stairs?
No, it looks like the bed was destroyed when the bell
Oh.
came through.
Okay. Yeah, she's just looking around for any kind of anything identifiable or worth anything.
Give me an investigation.
Sure. That is a 15.
You search around and you do find bits of firewood for the stove. When you go, you do see down below, the floor below you, there is a small little box on top of one of the crates, and you see that it says "Uncommon Magical Ammunition."
Ooh. Josul, I have a box you might be intrigued by.
I do like boxes that intrigue. To
Yeah.
be fair, I have opened almost every intriguing box we found.
And of course, the box is like in the very back of that room, so you'd have to like move all the barrels and stuff to get to it.
It's fine. I can climb. Okay,
She's
I cannot
small.
climb
She
super
just
well,
squidge
but
right
I'm
through
small.
there. Yeah,
Okay, you eventually
squidge right through there.
You eventually get to the box, and it's not locked or anything, and you open it, and you can see a case, a very fine-looking leather case, and inside that leather case are 12 crossbow bolts. And they are glowing with magical power.
Ooh.
I would guess from the label that these are indeed magical bolts. I have no means of firing them. I got rid of my crossbows a while ago when we were in town. So perhaps if we ever find another one, or if someone happens to have a crossbow, these could be useful.
Bryn, do you have a crossbow?
I have a
Hey, look at that.
All right,
Now, there's
add
two ways to
12.
find out what these do.
There's Don't worry about it. Add 12 plus 2 bolts to your inventory.
Okay.
Oh shit! +2.
That's badass.
You notice it's inscribed on the side of the bolts. +2.
That's like super badass since this is like a, 5th edition. Why would anyone do that? That's kind of also super badass. Because that's like a reference to the old times as far as D&D goes.
It's almost like this adventure was made in 3rd edition.
Right, yeah. It's kind of cool. I'm down with that.
But it looks like that this stuff was overlooked by the hermits that lived here, because that box was covered in a lot of dust. And it was in the very back. But
Also, might just not have needed it, had a use for it.
Besides that, Abby, you don't really see anything of real value in this room that you're in.
Okay.
Because you're in the floor above. But you do see, though the stairs are destroyed, there is part of the roof up above. And you see a hand dangling over the side.
Guys, do you
Yeah, I
also
see
see
it.
that?
Mhm.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Do you want me to
Okay.
go up and check, or
Who's
Yeah,
the
we should
lightest of
probably
us?
pull them down.
I can go up there, I think. Hang on.
Yeah,
I-
the one of us who can get up there easiest and the one of us who is lightest is not the same.
I think I can just run up the wall. Let's see.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Stunning.
If you do
slow.
the wall climb monk thing, I would say you
Yeah.
just get up there, no check.
I think I can do that.
Okay. You pull Jackie Chan climbing up the wall to get up there. And from what is left of this open belfry offers a breathtaking view of the open sea and the distant coast. 4 stone
Whoa.
corner posts have been collapsed due to the bell's destruction, causing the belfry's canonical slate roof to be collapsed as well. An unidentifiable body is sprawled into the depression at the center of the stone floor under the rubble, with the only part being left the arm from like half the forearm up. And a giant blood splatter in here as well. That looks like it was not caused by the explosion. The base of what was once a metal framework surrounds the depression where this hand is. And across the floor next to this arm is a faded message scrawled in chalk. And it looks like it would have said something clearly before, but since it got utterly destroyed, there's only parts of it left. And I'll put it in Discord and Zoom. The parts that are left.
Yeah, so I just literally run up the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Look at.
you
Oh.
where?
I run back down.
Where
I jump off and slow fall down. I look at Abby and say, "Hop on
On what?
my back." I lean down.
Okay.
I'm gonna run back up the wall with Abby on my back because I want Abby to see this so I don't screw it up.
Where the?
Beware the sea something.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because that's 2 different words, right?
Yeah. You were the.
Or maybe it's
Where the
4 different
Beware the
words.
sea killers?
Bingo.
That seems
Inspiration
a little
point
too on the nose.
for Abby.
Really?
Yep.
Holy shit!
Abby plays Wheel of Fortune every night during
I
the
was
week.
gonna say a halfling, an old halfling game.
100% she would be a Wheel of Fortune kind of person. Yes.
An
Vanna
old
Whiterun
halfling
shows
board
up and
game
turns
called
everything
Wheel
around.
of Fortune.
But it was definitely uncommon.
What are the sea killers?
I'm gonna assume the
I'm
undead,
assuming we've already
the
spoken.
soggy undead.
This
Okay.
chalk, don't even need to roll investigation. I'm going to go off of your investigation roll before, Abby. Looks like it was written here just this morning. Maybe right before you guys showed up.
Oopsie.
Oh no.
Wow.
Well, the investigation also revealed it was clear he was dead before the bell exploded.
But you also,
Oh,
since you
okay.
came to that conclusion, that means someone survived the night. At least one person did.
Yay!
But now he's dead.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, we
Wait,
fixed
wait
that.
a minute. He died he died before the bell, though.
Maybe
Yeah.
he.
It's hard
The
to
giant
tell.
flying
Yeah, he died
bird
to
killed him and
rasp.
brought his body up here,
That's right. Yeah.
or came up here and killed him after
He
we chased it
probably
away.
came up here to hide from the undead, and then
And when we
came
chased the
back
bird
to
away,
rasp.
it came up here and killed him.
Yeah. Or Rasp came back from hunting and
Right.
was like,
Just
"Oh, look at
happened to
that!
have
Dinner
landed
came
up
to
here."
me."
You can give me
Yeah.
a medicine check. It'll be a very high DC because all that's left
Ooh.
really is an arm. But
Let me see. Oh, I have crappy medicine.
Jeanette, we could say
17.
you could help Cat maybe, or the
Yeah,
other way around.
Okay, yeah, give her advantage. Do that.
Oh, okay, that actually is a lot better. 23.
Ooh.
You can make out that there are like scrape marks of a beak on the metal floor, and you do actually find as you move across rubble and stuff other parts of the body, and it looks like the chest cavity was ripped open, and the only organ you can find that's missing is the heart. And you're thinking Raspy, it's whoever's this guy's heart.
Yeah.
And the arm got severed from shrapnel, but they were dead before the bell exploded.
Well, bright side, it wasn't us that killed them.
Always a good thing.
Yeah.
Still sad that they died the way they did. That had to be terrifying.
Survive a night filled with undead, killing all your friends, only to be eaten by a giant flying monster. What a night.
Some days it just does not pay to get out
Wait
of
a
bed.
minute. How?
Yeah.
They must have not used the spell in ages. If Rasp did Rasp have like a full-on nest up here, or does it look like he just came here? Oh,
Looks like
okay.
he just came here today.
Oh,
Wow,
that
bad
is
timing.
bad luck.
Bad timing.
Yeah.
You see you see their feathers and stuff here, but not a lot of them. Not like
Not
they've been
Not
here a
like-
long
warrant
time.
a nest.
Yeah, it
No.
doesn't have a
Take a
nest,
feather
yeah.
and put it in my bag of holding.
Okay,
All right. Well,
it's a feather that's like this long, but besides that, it's just normal feather.
Abby will take the remains and bundle them up in a bag so that we can give this one a proper burial as well.
Okay.
Add them to the pyre.
Hey,
Good.
Abby, get on.
Yeah. Okay.
I jump.
No!
Featherfall.
Wait, you can cast Featherfall?
I have Featherfall, like, at will.
If there's a wall, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Monk.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I'm like, that's not the same.
If there's a
It's
wall,
sort of.
okay. You just slide down the wall.
Slowfall and Featherfall are not the same.
Yeah.
Close.
I feel like Slowfall is much scarier because Abby's
Yeah.
like, I've done Featherfall. I
Right.
trust Featherfall. I don't know what this shit weird monk you're doing. I don't understand this monk shit.
So you're back down.
Okay, all right. So it's cool. We have a couple of. It's good that we did come up here and explore. We have a couple of crossbow bolts, so hopefully we'll do some good damage to anything before it can get close to us. We wanna
Hey, there's
try
also a
and check
stove
out
so we
the
can
other
have hot
tower.
dinner.
Well, there's also a stove down in the kitchen too.
Yeah,
kitchen
Yes,
was
but
also
we're not
kind of
going to the
destroyed,
kitchen.
though.
We're not
Yeah.
going to the
The
kitchen.
kitchen was also a little
Oh.
bit destroyed.
You've already been
It's
in the
also
kitchen.
filled with rats.
Do you
No,
know,
no, no. The kitchen was not filled with rats. There was a common room where
The
everybody had
barracks
their
were.
barracks. Yeah.
since the discovery of the magical bolts, do I think that maybe spending one of those uses of ceremony to make some holy oil to anoint these bolts with might be prudent?
What does exactly would that do to it?
Let me
I
look.
don't know that holy oil is a thing.
No, I don't think it is anymore.
Yeah, I think that was
okay.
a thing that
Oh, I thought this was like a
Blake
magic
made
item thing. You
in
had.
our.
Yeah. In my campaign, that was a thing I did for Morkios because the dwarves had it. Because the
Yeah.
dwarves didn't make holy water because they had oil. They didn't want to waste the water.
Oh, hi. Hello, Cat.
Also, I cheated
Oh,
and
okay.
used stuff from 3.5, which did the same thing.
I think you.
I mean, it's not a 5e rule for it, so
Right, right.
probably not then.
So I think that will be a good spot for us to end for tonight.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Next
So-
session, undead. Woohoo!
Yeah.
The sun is
My
still
favorite.
The sun is still about a third of the way up in the sky, but it's definitely going down towards the horizon at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I get like from Dusk Till Dawn vibes here? Like the
Yeah,
setup
right.
montage.
Uh-huh. I'm immediately thinking the next episode's name would be The Night of the Crawling Dead.
Mm.
Yeah.
Where they come pouring out of the ocean.
Oof.
Well, I doubt he's going to send the whole army up here, because if they die on the surface, they can't come back. They die in the unholy area, they'll come back. I'm imagining.
I don't know.
Unless there's a curse that binds them to the ship somehow.
Ghosts of Saltmarsh, Dead Tide.
Yeah. Oh, Dead Tide. Ooh, nice. I like it.
Okay, so plugs. We'll start with how we have it on the overlay. So Jeanette, aka Katie.
Oh my, hi, I'm Jeanette. You can find me at my Twitter. It's down below. You can also find me on my channel, Uncanny_Adventures. 4:30 p.m. tomorrow, Eastern Time. We're gonna play some Skull and Shackles as a D&D 5e adventure. And 7 p.m. on Tuesday evening, Eastern Time, we should be playing some Call of Cthulhu in the Old West. Other than that, you can find me here every Saturday at 3 for Chaos Crew, because it's fun. And, you know, Scott and Callie and I are in a group that's just in a lot of trouble all the time. That's pretty much what I have going on.
Nice. We'll go to Kat, aka Abby.
Hi, yeah. So my next game that will be streamed is going to be a Retroverse vaccine game, where all of the PCs are sad all the time because reasons.
Because it's sad.
It is sad. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm really enjoying where the Retroverse games are going.
They try so hard and they get so far.
Mm-hmm.
But in the
Yeah.
end, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. But go check that out. It's super cool. It's every Friday at night at 7:30 EST. And also, we may have been enjoying the sound of Sirenscape through this. It's like 22 every other month. It's super cool. We were actually listening to the official D&D Ghost of Saltmarsh Tammeraut's Fate soundtrack through this one.
Sweet.
That's my stuff.
Say, J.K. Sekald, do you got anything?
Not this time.
Okay. How about Jesse, or Axel?
Get ready for action! Get ready for adventure! Get ready for a new mascot on the quest for the Quantum Rose! Now on episode 11 on YouTube/Backchat. Our crew has made an acquaintance of a strange red-headed warlock and her precious cargo, which turns out to be a nanite-powered sorcerer that is also a laser corgi from the Retroverse.
Is I guessing?
I is going to be guessing, but not as Lilia. This is, however, she is a warlock of the Lilia patron.
Okay, I was about to say she sounds just like Lilia. So. Okay.
No, she's like a devotee, but basically like she's like a Lilia fangirl.
Gotcha.
Right.
Nice.
So that's what's going on in my series, and those are usually up on Thursdays. We've had some scheduling consistency problems with the holiday, but production is underway, and yeah, it should be up on YouTube and also up on Castbox.fm.
Cool.
And that's me.
Sweet. Blake, aka Josul, what you got?
No.
Oh no!
Stay tuned. The squad appears to be going towards the treasure planet. The mystery of the Silver Fleet may reveal something on the surface is more than what they expect. Also, perhaps the Mantis squad knows of who they are. That's all next time on Mystery of the Silver Fleet.
That'll be next Saturday at the time this game is. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I just hope we don't find a little talking robot.
There may be some more Treasure Planet references on the next episode,
no.
as the quest line is related to it. You'll have to find out how good my voice for Martin Short impersonations are.
Callie might want to guest as a space pirate. I can
And
see-
vampire, I'm gonna tell them to just shove vampire because I want to. I want to be a space pirate.
I can see the look on your face when he said Treasure Planet. You're like, oh,
Oh, I love Treasure Planet.
It's funny you mentioned that.
This
I've actually
entire
gotten
mini
vexed.
quest is related to it. Fun fact, those of you who haven't paid attention, this mini quest is the equivalent of it. It's not a space pirate that had the treasure of 1,000 worlds. It is a legendary space dragon that had the treasure of 1,000 worlds. However, they did fight Captain Flint on the way there. He was a multi-eyed dragonborn that was a laser dragonborn.
Ooh.
So wonder what kind of dragon might be the one that perished long ago.
Hmm.
We'll have to find out.
And
Won't we?
both your game and I don't know which one guy where you guys are in the overlay, but both Josul and Axel, both your games are dark matter campaign settings.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is correct. And
Fine.
I've got actually Sages in both of those games. Curiously enough.
Mm-hmm. Because dark matter is awesome.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is very fun. You can make references to literally everything, as I pointed out, by making an entire side quest based on the Treasure Planet movie, because I really liked that movie. They are currently traveling with the NPC, Captain Arbalest, who is based off of Long John Silver from Treasure Planet.
Nice.
Yeah. So and
I
coming
didn't
up,
name him
we'll be
Long
doing.
John Silver, but after I told them what he looked like, everyone kind of got the reference.
Coming up, we'll be doing a series of episodes based around Clue. So
Ooh.
Nice.
yeah.
Can I have a Mrs. White and Colonel Yellow?
Yeah. Now, actually, there was a mustard, and there was a white, and there was a scarlet.
Nice.
And I can already tell you the name of the episode will be Clueless. Because none of us-
That's awesome. And last but not least, we'll go. Oh my god, that's like the most silky duck you have. We'll go to Callie, aka
Yeah,
Bryn.
that's why I picked it because it's
It
a
is.
duck in a little shark outfit, and I was like, "Hey, it's like a silky but a shark." Yeah. So I've been
Sharky.
just doing clues this whole time. I'm sure you guys figured it out. Hi, I'm Callie. You can find me at Cap Callie on Twitter, and like almost every single game mentioned besides the Dark Matter games. And I do art, and I normally have commissions, but my commissions are capped right now, so I can focus on finals in 2 weeks. So after that, I will be opening back commissions, and hopefully I could get the commissions to you before Christmas or whatever holiday, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever. My next game will be on Jeanette's channel on Canny Adventures on Tuesday, where my character will probably die. And then after that, Wednesday for Mist of Kryn's Valley, where my son just died. And it's and I died at one point, and I'm trying to make sure everybody doesn't die, but we're in a situation. We're
Jeanette?
always in a situation.
The Simon equivalent died.
Ah,
I
Wait,
hate
what?
that. No.
Sorry, not that Simon. Simon from Dice Camera Action, the talking marionette puppet from Curse of Strahd.
Yeah, we named him
Oh.
Chip, and he was our friend, and then a hag got a hold of him.
He's in a campaign I run, but they call him DJ for Damien Jr.
Oh. But there was a vampire game and Chaos Crew and Vaccine, and I run a game called Unwritten, and you can check all of that out. The most of it's on here. Anyway.
Lady of many talents. And games.
Thank you.
And I'll close off by saying thank you everyone for watching. The next game on here on this channel will be Miss Kryn's Valley, but you should definitely check out the Jeanette's channel, Uncanny Adventures, because her games are awesome. And I think this is actually going to be the last game for the. No, we will be able to play on
No.
December 12th. So we'll see you all then. Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah.
And watch the
Bye.
shore.
Bye.
Bye.